Hmm.
Well, the first thing I would do after I rested and woke up the next day would be to take all of the pieces of 10 that I had collected and rebuild into 11. And this time it'll likely have 6 legs instead of 4. So it's going to be equally as creepy, but a little bit larger this time.
So like Millie Bobby Brown with 6 legs.
The first thing I'm going to do when I wake up in the morning is open my eyes. And then eat breakfast. What is this?
Finn's gonna like be walking by, like stretching, like, no, we killed them all. They're all dead. We got them, especially that last one that tried to escape out the back door. The one who was trying to cast spells, and I just remember just kept stopping him from doing so. That's it. The third one's full? Can you give us the rundown of who's on the ship? You got some like big heavy guys. You got some casters. You got
Oh no!
Thank you, stream. I can't believe I did that. I muted myself because I was running the stream last week and I didn't want anyone to hear me.
bum bum bum.
Well, so you got half the story. Fill you in the rest.
Fill in the blanks.
Oh, man, I was
Just
like,
watch the last episode. That's fine.
Yeah,
recapping last
mostly
episode.
recap.
Essentially, the crew is talking about where the ship is located, making their way towards it, and discussing what the crew of the opposite ship currently looks like. Um, the crew of the and as Barnaby kind of dives into it, he's like, well, it was our breaching crew, as so some skilled fighters. Uh, that did it was relatively well armored with cannons and uh, uh, both broad and rail side cannons. Um,
Mm.
it so that was mostly like we had the cannons, we had the gunners, uh, some some of the fighting type you could say, and then there was probably about 10 spellcasters. So I think in
10. Oh, I'm sorry.
10.
10.
in
You could 10 spellcasters.
like I said, this was our
Remind me why we are attempting to take the ship that has 2-to-1 odds or more.
With the 5 of us.
well, I mean, we really could use the last ship. I mean, and he kind of like looks around. He's like, theoretically, our fleet is 2, 3 boats. I mean, if we're gonna, I know you guys have plans for your whatever ship, your armored ship or whatever, but I mean, Thaddeus runs 50 ships deep, and if he knows we're coming, I, I'm think I'm sure there's a way we can circumvent. Like, if we can do, we could do some damage to it beforehand, as long as we don't sink it, and then just repair it. Uh, and he's like, you can see him thinking like, this is gonna be tough. I I don't know. This was the plan. I guess we could have. I guess we should have acquired more people. Man, everyone's starting to get spread so thin because they're trying to man all these ships. Shit. And he's
Yeah,
just like
his
flying back and forth like
I would suggest that we were to use a more stealth-based approach. Is anyone here rogue-like? I am not very stealthy.
Well, I'm inherently, cat-like, so
That could be useful.
All right, I can sneak with the best of them. I can turn invisible and shit, but like, what is that going to do against 10 casters plus a bunch of fighty boys?
Perhaps a distraction to get them off of the ship of some sort. I would normally suggest setting the ship on fire, but I believe that we need their ship, correct?
yes, no, we that's the one trick is we need to keep the ship intact. So, because if we don't, then this whole thing is not worth it. We just, I mean, like if we don't get the ship, there's really
I mean, it's worth it to send, you know, uh, any of his boys to the bottom of the ocean, but
yes, of course. But like I said, we need the more of a fleet we have, the easier I believe it will be to acquire a bigger fleet if they see like strength in numbers and all that. But
right.
and that would be a great ship to have in our arsenal. That is a big one. And he can see like, and Captain Adrian has just been like, at this point he's like lit up a pipe and is just like smoking aggressively. And Barnaby's like, and he's like, listen, Barnaby. And she's like, uh,
Barnaby, were you about to tell him that smoking is not good for you?
I don't need to hear it out of you too, Finn. And he goes to like he thinks about outing it and then just sticks it back in his mouth. And he's like, I'm gonna die before it matters anyway. Uh
Too
well,
true.
that's not a real optimistic viewpoint.
Oh, we just went through a whole lot to keep you from dying, so don't go and do that, please.
I mean, I'm not saying it's gonna be tomorrow. I'm just saying or today, hopefully.
What we need are some reinforcements because that's okay. Look, I can like we're no stranger to fighting outnumbered, but that's a lot. Is there a time when, some of them are off the ship and they can come back to the ship?
They have been directed to stay in kind of a holding pattern, but assuming they don't get any direction for the near future, they'll probably give up on that in a few days. And then, I mean, pirates do as pirates do. They might get interested in something in the land, but I assume they'd probably just start making their way back towards Thaddeus eventually once they don't hear anything. And he's like, maybe um, if
So
there
what would
was a
you say?
way
A
to
crew of about
encourage,
20?
I would say probably 30 capable of fighting.
30.
That's 10 apiece.
Well, there's
That's
like
Th-
a
I
handful of
mean,
us,
they're
right?
not as accomplished as you three, and of course, maybe if we could encourage them to. Hmm, he looks at Barnaby. He's like, Barnaby, if you sent them a message, you think they would listen? He's like, probably not. I could try.
Hmm.
I
Wait,
I mean, you're dealing with some very capable paws, and you just kind of see like the little like where the little fire mice like kind of like scurry across. But this
Never
seems like awful big task.
I have been told that pirates are very superstitious people. Perhaps we could scare them off the ship.
It's not a bad idea. It definitely beats just straight up going in and trying to kill them all. Just given the numbers, not saying it would be hard. Well, it might be hard, but
I do appreciate a good subterfuge.
what would you think in terms of scaring them? I mean, unfortunately, we're not anywhere near the triangle.
I have been told that 11 here is quite disturbing to look at.
Turns around, he's like, yeah, yep,
Uh,
that's can confirm that.
He turns around and 11 just goes, it's like, it makes like this like really like
Weird, like,
metallic
pterodactyl
screeching
noise.
noise.
Speaking of pterodactyls, aren't you friends with the pterodactyls, Asaria?
I don't know. I don't know quite where he's at. This would be a DM question, Joe. Garbrook on.
Did you ever reconnect with it?
I think I was AJ gave a time frame, and then he like unfairly extended the time frame.
And then
So
burned
I
the whole
feel
thing
like
down.
Garbrooks should be back by now.
He's probably back at Espaya, hanging out with whoever's left there as they're rebuilding. Because he was in that area when he took off, if I remember correctly. So he probably circled back.
I don't know. I take terrible notes.
I will give you this: he is in Espaya, and
Okay.
currently, I don't know if he's necessarily aiding them in putting it back together, but he's there, chilling.
They would probably gladly send him back to us, but I suppose if they don't know exactly where we are, they
That's the
would be
problem.
unable to.
Yeah, you might have to go pick him up if you want him back.
So, Nocturne, I'm afraid. Well, I'm afraid of 11. I'm afraid 11 may not be enough to scare them off the ship. Scary as he may be.
Well, you can turn invisible, can you not? Could we not perhaps
Sure.
make them believe some sort of supernatural event were occurring? Although, if they are even remotely competent spellcasters, they would likely be able to see through.
See that? Yeah, see, that's what I'm worried about because there are casters who can see invisible people, and is not great for me.
That would be rather unideal.
Now, the nice thing is that in general, people are not looking for invisible beings.
I
So
am always looking.
Well, that's a little unusual. Um, you would not be the norm. Knocked on.
I see.
You are certainly not normal, Nocturne. Yes, most people, the vast majority of people are not always looking for invisible creatures, so we can use that to get the drop on them as we have been doing.
Well,
But it will be useless rather quickly.
hmm. So, and this is like Barnaby's like been like, as you guys have been talking about, he's been staring intently at the map, and he's like, well, I do like the idea, and I mean, there is, and he points to like an island, uh, in that like general vicinity. He's like, there is this island that, I mean, it was a year ago or so that apparently the people who live there all died, and now it's considered like there's
Haunted.
rumors of things going on there and whatnot, and uh,
We about to go do some spoopy shit?
well, if we could somehow mess with them enough that they steer towards that island, or maybe give them like a
So what you're saying is there may be some like creepy shit that we can send them towards to help do the creeping for us.
well, I mean, I don't think anything. I personally don't think anything's wrong with that island. I think it's mostly superstition. But like you were saying, if we can get them thinking about it and then start really digging into that, I mean, it could let me. I have an idea, and he like races down to the thing, and he's like rummaging around down below, and then like comes back up with like a a case of some sort, and he's just like, all right, well, this was a like in case of emergency, and you can see it's like a scroll in a bottle. Uh, who here?
Oh, I said the word spooky and it upset somebody's dog. Sorry, Lotnosaur.
What does it say? But this
To
is
be
gonna
fair,
be.
your dog's not very smart. He can't even paint.
I can't even paint. What? Anyway, um, so
He'll know. He'll know what I'm talking about.
okay, uh, so he comes back up. He's like, who here? So if I send this, they'll probably pick up that it's me. This is like an in case of emergency distress call, and he like opens the bottle and unfurls it, and I mean, Finn, you've probably seen this before, or I assume most of you. It's a spell scroll, and as he's describing it, you realize it's a message spell. It's like, what if we try to? Because they're probably going to think that we attempted something, and maybe what if we make them think that it was somewhat successful, but not fully successful, and now there's a skeleton crew on the ship, and
So you suggest we pretend we're ghosts?
no, pretend we're the remainder of the crew we slaughtered. But it can't be me. It would need to be like someone they don't instantly recognize.
I mean, we could disguise you so you could still help.
No, 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 no. I'm saying it will send a message. Oh, you need
Oh,
to.
as if the mutiny was successful.
Yes. And tell them to meet us at that island.
I
Hmm.
do not believe that I am good enough at pretending to be someone else, but we could try.
Hmm, I could be. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, let's yeah, if we could convince them there's only 3 of us left, right?
I mean,
So
Correct.
we mutinied and there's only 3 of us left and we need some of their crew on the ship.
yeah, yeah. No, I like where you're headed with this. That would be.
So we get them to the island to put half of their crew on our ship and we float away with half their crew and fuck them all up.
Oh,
Because we could
interesting.
take 15 and then they would be left with 15 people on their ship, at which point we could just,
They have more guns than us.
okay, so we go to their ship.
Better plan. but I don't believe we want to then use the guns on the ship we have already taken.
Well,
You
we
know
would
what?
not.
I do not have a better idea. Let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong. I don't really have
Huh.
much of a better idea.
I grow tired of discussing.
Oh, okay. I
So how do we hide Adrian and Barnaby?
Well, if
And can
Well,
Adrian and Barnaby help?
Barnaby's not very difficult to hide. I can keep him in my pocket.
I mean, I prefer hats, but I could go in a pocket if necessary.
I got a little spot here in my hood. If you, I mean,
I'm gonna take that. No offense, Knockdown.
one of the mice might,
Understood.
you know, might find you there, but they're friendly. I promise.
I don't mind. I don't mind mice.
They don't bite unless I tell them to.
Well, I hope you don't. Well, if we're at this island, I mean, I can stay with you, and then, uh, Captain Adrian, you can just hide in. I mean, this was like it used to be an old uh, elitists private island. It's
Like a
just big,
country club.
yeah, just a big mansion on a hill, and like,
Is it Mar-a-Lago? Are we going to Mar-a-Lago?
no, we're
Oh
not
God.
going to Mar-a-Lago. Fuck that. So you,
Are we raiding Mar-a-Lago?
Is there somebody's ex-wife buried on the first green?
uh,
Topical.
Is there a golf
continuing,
course?
so we, fuck, guys, yeah, so, anyway,
I broke Joe.
yeah, you get me all over the place. All right, so yeah, no, Captain Adrian he could easily find somewhere on the island to hide, and I'm sure. I mean, they may get curious. I mean, that's the other thing. I mean, if they land on this island, they may just start like poking around looking for stuff because I mean, it is theoretically abandoned at this point, and it did apparently hold, fancy people's stuff, so they probably stuff. So I bet you if they get there, they're not gonna want to probably go tramping around. So maybe we can even just pick them off one by one as they're moving around the island. I don't know, but either way, Adrian can hide there, and if we do the boat thing, we can do that, and then we can just swing back around and pick him up. And if we all die, Adrian, you're gonna have a new house on an island. Uh, he's just like, let's not go with that plan. Yeah. Okay, all right. So he hands you the scroll, Finn, and he's like, all right, let me, uh, see if I can do anything to help, um, this.
All right. So the plan is we successfully mutinied, but there's only 3 of us left, and we have taken it upon ourselves to sail to this island, and we are currently holed up in this mansion on the island. And we
What
need
happens
them.
if they ask who is remaining?
It's the 3 of us.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it is a message. It's a message spell, so there's only 25 words anyway. So it's not
Oh, yes,
that
of course.
you can leave it somewhat vague, and I think they'll probably just have to. They may be. I mean, depending on how convincing you are, they may be suspicious, but I assume they'll come regardless.
So there's only 3 of us left. We're at this mansion at. How do I give them a location in 25 words or less?
Do we know if the island has a name?
Give them coordinates.
Yeah, no, that here, and Barnaby gives you like, I'm gonna give you like 28 by 48.
Okay.
Like
28 by 48. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
It doesn't.
Are we navigating or are we going to the Home Depot?
A26. You sunk my battleship.
Bingo.
Okay. So we're at this location at 28 by 48, and we cannot continue to sail this ship alone.
Yes.
We're
yeah.
at 28 by 48. That's 7.
28 is one word. 48 is one word.
28
say-
and 48 are each 2 words.
No, they're
They are,
hyphenated.
I believe they are hyphenated. You can say at 28, 48. That's 3 words.
It's fine. Just make sure the coordinates are in there. They'll get the picture.
All right.
Okay. So
Should we go to the place first so that they can?
I mean, and he like looks, and the captain's like, "I'm already changed course. We're on our way.
Okay. All right. And we'll beat them there by what? A couple days?
At least a day. It'll take them
Okay.
a while to get there, and so we'll have some type of planning. Um,
Who is the captain that I'm messaging?
uh, did AJ give me a name? If he didn't, I get to make it up. Now the only ship list is the SS Undertow. Um, so yeah, nope, it doesn't have a name. So Captain.
AJ didn't give the captain a name. You want me to believe that?
If he
What?
did, it's not in these notes.
Okay.
So, I'm trying to run his
Hold
session
on.
for him.
I'm Googling captain names. Horatio.
Perfect. Captain Horatio. This is good. I'm gonna make you guys come up with all the names from now on. We're gonna have some really.
Cap-
I say you don't want to do that.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot
You
of them
will
will.
regret that.
I may or I may not. It might make for good. Anyway, Captain Horatio, and Barnaby's like, he looks kind of like mm, how do I here? I can't remember if druids have the ability to do they have? I don't remember if oh god, I'm blanking on the spell. The one where you can change it. Disguise self. I don't think druids have disguise self, do they?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Let's see if it is that even a druid spell. Mm-hmm. Nope. So he's like, and he goes on and on about describing this person, and he's like, so he's about yay tall, hair. Um, you know what? If you were ever shit, whatever, and he just like describes him as detailed as he can. He's like, I'm sure it'll work. It can't. It's gotta work. It'll be fine. Just think really hard, Captain of the Undertow.
All right. Let's see. Captain Horatio, mutiny successful, traitors beheaded. 3 of us left, stranded on island
28 by 48.
with ship. What's the ship called? That we're on currently?
Does it?
The second ship.
I like lean over the side and like see if I can like read anything.
I mean, Captain Adrian's gonna know the name of the ship, but
Okay.
whether or not I know the name of the ship,
Stranded on island with ship. 28 by 48.
it's just gonna watch
Please
this and be like, Joe,
assist.
the fuck.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
uh,
Please assist.
I mean, you don't have to use all 25. These people aren't that smart. I wouldn't worry about it. It'd be like if they could count that high.
Captain Horatio, mutiny successful, traitors beheaded, 3 of us left, stranded on island with ship, 28 by 48. Please assist, mansion here for rest.
Perfect.
Abandoned mansion here for rest. 25 words.
Well, do we
Bitch.
know that it's abandoned or just empty?
We're just gonna tell them it's abandoned.
Yeah.
Barnaby's like, all right. And he like rubs his hands together, and he's like, and you watch him, and he gets his like image for a second where like this like silver bird kind of like erupts around him for half a second, and then he like puts his 2 hands on you, and casts Eagle Splendor, uh, via enhanced ability, so you have advantage on charisma checks. It's like,
Oh shit.
all right, good luck.
All right. I cast And I say, Captain Horatio, mutiny successful, traitors beheaded, 3 of us left, stranded on island with ship 28 by 48. Please assist. Abandoned mansion here for rest.
Make a uh
Deception.
deception check with advantage.
28.
Woo! All you get back is
Nice.
hang tight, we're on our way.
All right. Let's hope they bought it.
uh,
They're on their way one way or the other.
so yeah, so you guys have to. So I will fast forward through the you getting there because I assume you guys have chatted enough. So you kind of crest around, like you kind of start coming up on this, and you see this off in the distance is this island with like, um, there's like a big mansion on a point, and it kind of like loops around, and it has, um, it's pretty interesting looking in terms of like the architecture and whatnot. Let me see if I can grab you guys a map of the world.
Reminds me of Loreda's place.
Um, do, 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 do.
Loradus? Is it Loradus? I keep saying Loreda's.
The two of them look at each other and they're like, I don't know who you're talking about.
Loreda's it is. Well, the cap to my lemonade is gone forever.
Oh no!
Um,
Guess you have to drink it all.
Oh no. Vroom vroom.
Vroom vroom.
I'm in me mom's car.
I'm trying to see if I can.
What? I
Oh my
hate
god.
you.
Where did I put the map
Is,
for
is
this?
this how it's gonna be tonight?
It is.
We're just gonna
We're settled in for this.
make very terrible jokes.
It's Silly Wednesday.
You guys are throwing me for a loop with this one. Alright, there's full Octeon.
See, we are very good at stalling until the DM comes up with a solution for us.
Well, it's good because you guys keep
By
throwing.
being absolutely stupid.
Considering
We do it to AJ every week.
I planned for full-on boat combat, and you guys are like, let's scare them off the boat. I'm like, all right.
Well, you're the one who said there were 30 sailors. If you said there were 10, we'd be like, yeah, sure.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
sure.
can't.
Let's take the fucking.
That's fine.
First of all, let's take the cannons out of the equation. Second of all, let's split up the crew.
No, I
Can we
love
just
it.
Poison
Like,
them?
it's good stuff. I just.
I'm very glad that it was a big resounding no. Let's not fucking do that.
I do not want to die.
Hey, I give you guys mad props for being smart about it, and not just being like, yeah,
Well, smart is relative.
being less not smart. How's that? Is that better?
Well, we don't have Sheila with us, so we can't just go guns blazing.
So
We are not near here, are we?
I mean, this is the whole thing. So you guys were at Metaposse.
No.
That's Metaposse. You guys were at Asphea.
We were at
Sen,
Via Macania,
which is it?
the other continent.
I thought it was the same one. Hold on.
No.
I'm bad at geography, and I'm even worse at.
I'd say nobody's checking, but clearly Aaron is.
It was way west of this.
All right.
The Africa looking one.
Man, it's bad when you guys know more about the world than I do. This is the problem I get for not playing as much. Alright.
I mean,
People are
I
gonna be
love
watching
maps.
this stream and they're like, "What the fuck is these guys?" So
all of my characters love maps because I really love maps.
that's fair. I don't know why. Okay. Regardless, you guys find yourselves flying. I don't actually have a map of an island, so I will have to try and.
It's fine.
So you guys,
You should draw one. Let's take 20 minutes and do that.
yeah, that'll be great. That's what the stream
Let's
wants to see, right? So
quality content.
yeah,
Let's
right.
draw a map.
So you guys find yourselves coming up on an island, and this might be some geography shenanigans, because as we can tell already, Joe's not great with maps. But Cesaria, I believe you recognize this island as you're coming up on it.
Which island are we headed to?
So this is the island where you guys fought a.
This is with the dinosaurs?
No, it's not the. It's the island you found after the dinosaurs. I'm trying to think if you played that session.
I don't remember. Again, I take terrible notes, so.
And I don't know if Finn was playing, but Zilch might have remembered this island.
Was this where the crew found Etrian?
No, this is where you guys fought that like weird obelisk or whatever. The like big mine thing with the bodies moving around.
Oh, I have Mining City, Blackwater.
Regardless, maybe to be
Um,
honest, maybe none of your characters have ever seen it. So,
Yeah, no, I don't
Doesn't
think so.
yeah, that doesn't ring a bell for me.
Would
Alright,
it be
cool.
before or after we found Garbrooks?
It was after
I-
Garbrooks.
I
Oh.
didn't play for like a month, so that might have been during that.
Okay. So you guys find yourselves coming up in an island you've never seen before, with a big mansion. See, off into this thing, and um, as you kind of like you loop around, and there's a dock that currently doesn't have any boats at it, and as you dock and you can kind of make your way kind of up this like winding path to this big mansion, and you see um, it is just empty. And then as you're kind of like looping around and you're like kind of trying to find your way, you end up going into like this warehouse type thing that's kind of down in the path from it, and it seems pretty tattered, as if there was a fight in there or something. And there's boxes kind of scattered and broken about. Most of them are just like, at this point, rotten food and supplies and stuff like that. So, and then the rest of the island is kind of like tropical paradise. It's relatively manicured. There's like a beach on like the side opposite of where the docks are that just kind of like overlooks the water. And it's got kind of some trees. You'd say, I mean, you could walk from one side of this island to the other in like, I don't know, 10 minutes. So it's not big. Um, but it does have like, as you like tour the mansion a little bit, you see like art pieces still around. There doesn't seem to be any like gold or jewels, but there's lots of like art and whatnot. But it does look like some of the place has been ransacked prior to. Um, and yeah, so you guys find yourselves on basically a deserted tropical paradise. Um, what do you want to do?
I don't have the alarm spell. However, I would likely attempt to make a few traps of some sort.
Okay. What do you want to make for traps?
I think that I would likely make some tripwire crossbow traps.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
All right. Cool. Give me I don't know, tinker check. If you have like tools for it, based
Yeah,
on your
I have any tools I need.
right, artificer. So, um,
Hold on. That is that did not roll right. Did that 4, 5? What is the plus 0?
0
There
plus
shouldn't be plus.
plus
Oh, because
mods.
hold on. Oh, my proficiency is messed up.
You rolled a
Intelligence.
4 plus 5 plus 4, so you rolled a 4 plus 9.
But what's the 0 there?
I have no idea, but I don't know what your bonus is, but that's how that would anyway. Uh,
Okay, well, fine. Anyways, do that.
you are it's not super complicated. You realize you don't have a ton of supplies for building them as you're trying to put these together, so you essentially can kind of put together. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you guys see if I have anything that's even close to like an island, so we can just kind of sketch this out. Um, you're able to put it in a couple of locations, and I will let you kind of pick and choose how you want those to land. Sandy Beach is before that, before that. Ah, I found it.
Wait, do I have the alarm spell? Hold on, I might. Interesting. I don't actually need it though.
Hmm.
Are we supposed to see a different map? Did you say? I missed that.
I think, or are you working on a map?
I will flip you guys to it, and then I will flip the stream to it, and you guys can all watch me struggle.
Oh, great. Awesome.
Hooray! Quality content.
Quality content. Building maps mid-game. Usually I can do
Did you
this.
just make this?
I actually, this is the one I was looking for, but I didn't realize how lackluster it was previously. So, uh,
No, this is great.
Okay,
Wow, two fireplaces right next to each other.
right? Exactly what you want out of your crazy mansion.
Good to heat your whole home.
Okay, this is gonna be like you guys are gonna get to experience what I used to do when I had players in person and I scribbled on white paper.
Yeah.
So
What? People used to play D&D in person?
in person.
I've only ever played once in person.
So, yeah, some of us wouldn't know anything about that.
I know.
Well, this is what you used to do on Roll20
I know. This is what I used to
before
do.
John started using maps.
Yeah, before it was like, oh wait, we can just download things. Or make things, and then I found map editors, and then I never stopped. All right, so we have this. I'm gonna make the path in brown. So there's this big castle up here. There's like a path that like winds down to a dock. Ooh, that was a big wind. It kind of like juts off, and there's a warehouse over here. Um, and then there's like we'll say some.
Wow, this warehouse is as big as the mansion. It's wild.
It is. I mean, it is pretty large. So
I
like,
mean, you need to have a lot of supplies for a mansion, to be fair.
there's some trees.
True. It's not like you can get a supply truck every other day.
Let's say for
Well, I mean, maybe it's
simplicity.
hard to get a supply truck out here.
Um,
Finn?
Fun.
we'll say there's like another path that wraps around the island and then goes to like a beach. Ooh, yeah, look at that. You can't even see that color. Beach.
Oh, that's...
Much,
Whoa, look at those waves.
much better, right? Woo!
I love
Everyone, I have an idea.
Yes.
Let's say those are the
We
points of interest.
we have about a day, right?
Yes.
Let's have a beach day.
I
Ooh, yeah.
don't even know what to do. So instead of prepping, you guys are going to just spend your time sitting on the beach. I like it.
Getting rested and relaxed for the battle.
Perfect.
Duh.
So that
Self-care, bitch.
so that we can later have advantage on concentration checks.
Wait, self-care gives you advantage in concentration?
In Aaron's brain, it does. I mean, in real life, it does. All right. Do. Quality content here at the West March Guys stream. Okay, so
So this here is warehouse. Oh,
so you got warehouse. Yep, we got warehouse
Okay.
here. I can get really fancy. I can label it.
oh,
my
I was
God.
just about to do that
Oh yeah,
for you.
do it.
Do, 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 do,
Um,
do.
so knocked on. These will be the
Yes.
points of interest. Where would you like your crossbow traps set up?
Um.
Do you want them in the warehouse, in the castle, or somewhere along the path? I'd say you have like 3 based on the
Okay.
roll.
I think I would want them in the castle.
Okay.
And I think that I would be pretty clear on where they are and have ways for each of us to. Wait, that's not a door, is it? Is there a door there? No.
It doesn't matter. If you want a door, there's a door.
Well, where's the front door of the castle? This is unclear. Oh, there it is, right? That big guy. Okay, so it'd probably be like one right here. So a crossbow over here. I think I would like to have one inside of here with a crossbow somewhere at the
Are
door.
these trees here next to the warehouse?
Yep. Yeah. So there is. Yep.
A
So yeah,
forest?
there's like a forest between the two. You could say. The path kind of divides into the two areas. Um,
I
You're
I'll be
welcome.
sort of discussing with people, and I'll say I believe that avoiding the wide open space of a warehouse might be wise.
Question: does anybody have a way to cast silence on their ship?
the
That's a spell I do not have.
the five of you
Unfortunately.
kind of look at each other. Barnaby's like, I don't think so. Not
Balls.
today, at least.
If we do, we have an entire day. You said.
You do have an
Mhm.
entire day before
Give me
they're
1
gonna be
minute.
here.
Let me see.
So like you probably spend half the day crafting and putting together crossbows and then setting them up. So I'd say you'd have like another half day. The other two, if you guys have anything you want to kind of accomplish over the day.
Well, I had somewhat of a plan. I was thinking perhaps we don't wait in the mansion. Perhaps we wait down by the beach, and
Or the forest?
down by the beach, and half the crew, theoretically about half the crew, if that, will go into the mansion, and then we cast silence on the ship and fuck their shit up while the others are in the mansion.
We could also just screw with the ship and hope that we kill all of the people before they make it back.
So my reason for the silence, I mean, if we can't do the
Is that
silence spell, then
nobody
we
can
can't.
hear the screams as they die?
Nobody can hear the screams, and nobody can cast like, message or sending or anything like that.
Question:
And most of the casters would not be able to cast
Does,
their
does
things.
anyone here have the ability to shape water?
Probably not.
Why do we leave Phantasma and Sheila on the other ship?
Yeah, why isn't Phantasma with us? Ugh.
Or Etrian, they're all on the other ship.
Oh,
Is Ilchis on the
actually,
other
So we're
ship?
at the beach and we left all the people to do water things.
I do water things.
Oh, yes,
swim.
yes.
the reason I ask is that we could pretty easily destroy the anchor and have a number of us invisible and unfurl the sails and just make the ship go out to sea.
And then they're stranded here.
Right.
And we take this
and
other ship,
we
and
would
then we
then
have
have
two
to
more
take
ships.
half the crew on.
Well, if they come with a fourth ship, they all get off of the ship to help or do whatever with the mansion, and then ignore this third ship that we've got. And then we take both ships, and now we have two more ships.
Well, that is, conceptually, that is the idea, Cesario, that we would take both ships. That is the end goal. I figured that was fairly plain. Um, the question
I'm
we're
just a
wondering
cat.
is how to do it
My brain's not all that.
without
small.
dying ourselves, because there are 5 of us and 30 of them.
I believe I agree with Finn. I think we should ensure that the part of the crew comes to the mansion or heads to the mansion, and then we actually take the ship and leave. Now, I do have these, and I'm going to, and this is probably like a couple hours later after I've set up the crossbows, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull out
Does
the pipe,
Knocked On straight up like Home Alone this whole mansion?
the pipes of haunting. Uh,
What?
Is this like a
so
spooky wind chime?
it's an artificer infusion. So, and I'm gonna say I cannot play a wind instrument. Does anyone here know how?
No.
The captain pipes up and is like,
I actually
That's right, the
I actually
captain
have
pipes up.
a proficiency in pan flute.
Yep, you can play it. I'm going to say, Finn, this is for you. Perhaps we can scare the remaining crew off of the ship. I'll post it in there.
Oh, so you just want to scare the whole crew off the ship without even
Well,
fighting?
we can let half of the crew leave, and if we can scare the remaining crew, then perhaps the crew that left will not come back.
Hmm.
If we do not have the ability to silence them.
Okay, so here's the thing. If we're going to steal the ship without killing them, we should make the other ship scarce. But because we don't want them to take the other ship in the process.
Yes, we can.
But the problem with that is that if we leave that ship, if we don't have that ship here, then they will assume we are not here, and then they might not land and try to save us. Oh boy, this is my
Well, what if
+2 wisdom with +0 intelligence.
is there one person? Can the ship that we're on be piloted by one person? I'm assuming no.
like at this point, like Barnaby's like flying by you and kind of hears you chime in, and he's like, I mean, no, that would be. It's gonna be tricky with just the five of us to sail two ships, but I, I have. I mean, I'm sure at this point, considering this is in motion, we have to wait uh, until this is kind of over. But I have notified the other ships to head here once we're done to be able to pilot everything. So we just need to get it out and into the ocean, and I think as long as we're there and we don't hit any, we'll have crews to man them as need be eventually. So I I think I mean these are big ships, and you guys have been on ships, and you know it's like you can't two people on a ship this size would be nearly impossible, but like it could be done as long as you're not trying to do anything super crazy. Like if you're just like tiny sail, dude at this like thing, and then kind of like
I know I am not the most convincing person in this plane. However, how likely would it be for any of the crew on this ship we are attempting to steal to be turned?
probably not. Probably not.
How unfortunate for them.
Yeah, I mean they're all fucked, so whatever. Um, but yeah, I don't. And you see, like, as you guys are watching this, you watch Captain Adrian like walk by, like covered in sweat with like another barrel on his shoulder, uh, and he's just like, yeah, no, they're all gonna have to meet some sort of fate. I mean, we could leave them on this island if we can like get them all on here somewhere, and then just dip. I don't think we don't need to necessarily take all of them, but anyway, and he just kind of keeps huffing up
I
and down.
have one more idea.
Go on.
I propose that we wait until they arrive and we tell them that there is a group of bandits staying in the mansion and that we need as many people as possible to assist in eliminating said bandits. I am also realizing that if they see myself or Finn, they will likely realize that we are not part of them. So this may not work. However, let me finish my thought.
I wasn't gonna say it, but
um, if we can perhaps get many of them off, Finn can simply turn us invisible once they are far enough inland that we can run back to the ship and attempt to liberate it.
I mean, it's yeah, it's worth a shot. I mean, they're gonna obviously. I mean, like I said, they're not the brightest bulbs. So they're obviously gonna go in. They're gonna leave some people on the ship. But if half of them go in, and then all of a sudden, and as Adrian's like, all right, I got the last one. I think that should be enough. Um, once they all go in, and if our plan works, then it should hopefully draw the rest of them. I'm sure some will still stay on the boat, but uh, yeah, this is gonna be tricky.
So the
What?
decision is to scare them at the mansion or scare them on the ship. Which one is this going to be to try and
Why
thin them
don't
out?
why
Scare
don't
them.
we hope that they all go up to the mansion, well, that a big amount of them go up to the mansion, while you all are waiting down at the beach invisible. I will wait up at the mansion and wave them up to come up to the mansion. Once they're up here, I will teleport down to the beach and meet you down there, and we'll take the big ship.
This sounds like an excellent plan. Commence.
All right.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Now, can you all invisible yourselves, or do you need me to do it?
I would appreciate invisible. However, I can simply stay underwater.
That wow, that's creepy as hell. Um, Barnaby,
Says the
you're
man
fair.
who can. Anyway.
Barnaby, you're fairy. Can you not invisible yourself?
I mean, I can. Hold on. Hold on. I'm pretty sure druids have. Invis- Pretty sure invisibility is druid spell. I'm gonna be proved wrong again. I can. So yeah, don't worry about me. The
Well,
and
if you can you turn them invisible so that I can concentrate on something else?
uh, I don't remember how Barnaby's kit worked. Did he have invisibility?
You know what? I don't really
I think
remember.
he did.
Um,
'Cause
I
didn't
want
he
to say
make?
he did, but I don't know if it was just
Didn't
self
Barnaby?
invisibility.
Because I think Barnaby made him and Val invisible. Unless Val was the one that had invisibility. But I think it was Barnaby.
you know what? I don't see it on his list.
Okay.
But I remember Barnaby turning invisible at one point.
I think he can. I
Because
think he can
yeah,
turn. I think it's
remember?
a racial trait. He can turn himself invisible, but I don't think he can turn anyone else invisible.
So remember that was how we got in trouble sneaking into the city.
Hmm.
Oh, oh no, it wasn't me.
Uh,
No,
yeah,
it was
no,
one of
he
the
did
other
not.
characters that had it.
Oh, invisibility. Yep, at level
Okay.
2, he can use um pixie dust to turn himself or others invisible.
It was the
That's
pixie
what it
dust.
was. Yep.
That's right. Okay. So yeah, he's like, yeah, yeah, I can. It might feel a little different than you're not used to, but we can make this work. All right. So Finn, you're going up. Captain Adrian, you are gonna hang out at the warehouse until that goes off, and then you're gonna come down, and then I guess it's me,
Well,
Knockdown, and Cesaria.
shouldn't the four of you wait here to take this ship once however much of the crew goes up to the mansion?
Uh, the captain's like, well, my plan is kind of, so I brought a bunch of gunpowder up to the warehouse,
Oh,
and I'm assuming some of them are gonna go look in it, but I'm not as technology as you guys, so I'm just gonna light the fuse once they go in. And
Oh, okay.
from the outside, obviously, I'm not gonna be in there. Um, and then I'm gonna run. So I'll be here. Uh, if you wait for the boom, maybe that'll draw some more of them out. Uh, but yeah.
you know what? I'll tell you what if I tell them that there's a bunch of black powder in there and that we could grab it and I send them in there to grab the black powder and then I just fireball them.
That would actually probably be a lot easier, and then I can just hang out down here.
Then you four could go take the ship while I deal with whoever comes up here.
You think you can do both?
Do both what?
Distract them at the mansion and blow up the warehouse?
Or what if I? Well,
I just
Nocton set up the
reach. I just
traps.
reach into my bag and I say, I have a TNT.
How the fuck do you have a TNT?
Just carry that around with you.
That's
And
really
it
That's
is
extremely dangerous.
It is very safe in the bag of holding. Do not worry.
I mean, that I could do. Yeah, that actually. Then I don't have to really light
Oh,
anything. All right. Yeah.
okay.
I'm thinking anybody who goes into the mansion is going to have to deal with Nocton's traps.
Yes.
The warehouse, I could pull off the beefy boys and be like, hey, you guys, there's a ton of black powder in here. If you guys can come grab this shit and bring it back to the ship, that would be awesome.
You can make yourself look like not you, right?
Can I make myself look like not
'Cause
me?
I'm not gonna lie, you might stick out a little.
I think I have disguise self. Wait, hold
I
on.
do
Do I?
not.
Oh no, I didn't take it. I am also gonna hand out a set of sending stones to whoever's not gonna be with us,
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take that.
so that we can communicate.
I mean, they don't know me,
Yeah, fuck it. Who cares?
so I could be a new recruit.
I mean, you got him to come here, so you
Yeah.
got something going for you. All right. Uh, so you you'll fireball. We'll just hope for that, and we'll be here. All right, cool. Barnaby, let's go. Find a good spot to hang out. Uh, so yeah, you guys. I mean, you're staring out at the ocean, so it's easy enough to see. As long as you guys are, it's easy enough to see a ship approaching. So, and this island's not that big, so you guys are able to kind of like move about as you need. Um, so off in the distance, you hear Barnaby like, "It's on its way," and then you guys kind of get to your places. So Finn, you're up by the buildings, up by the warehouse, um, and the other four of you are down to be turned invisible.
I'm just gonna be underwater by our boat, waiting for the other boat to dock.
Okay, perfect. So you're hanging out underwater, like a fish swims by in front of your face. Uh,
Is 11 underwater too?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Fucking so creepy.
That's yeah. What is that like?
um,
Terror of the deep.
11's gonna basically as soon as the ship is in range, is gonna latch itself to the bottom and wait till he sort of like drops anchor.
uh, so for the purposes of this, I so I'm not gonna roll initiative, but we'll just kind of I'm gonna like roll through the like everyone, so everyone will kind of go and then we'll keep going kind of through that just to keep so I can try and keep track of how everything's moving. Um, so you guys can act in any order, but I'll have like the three of you act, and then I'll have the crew act, and then I'll have the three of you act, and then I'll have the crew act, and then
Okay.
just trying to like otherwise,
Mitigate it.
yeah. So you guys have all set up. You watch as the ship pulls up, kind of docks, the anchor goes down. You hear some shouting up above, and then you see uh you see about you see like two groups of five come off of the ship, and those of you on the beach hear the captain of that ship say, "All right, five of you head up to that mansion. The other five of you just keep an eye out." And then he tells five more people just to go onto the dock and like just hang out there, and he just kind of like sets up. So the groups of you watch as like 10 people start kind of trudging up towards the mansion and the warehouse.
So Finn's gonna be walking down the path towards them as if like he just saw the ship pull up, and he's gonna be like, "Hello, hello."
Give me a deception check. I'm curious if they're gonna immediately pick up that you are not of the crew.
26.
Hey! Ha! Oh, good.
Hey, I'm the one that messaged you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. Where are the other two?
They're up back at the mansion. Um, do you have big, strong guys?
They look and
I'm assuming.
there's like, yeah, like there's probably like, I don't know, maybe 5 of the 10 are like burlier. And they're like, yeah, yeah, why?
Yo, there's a bunch of black powder up in that warehouse up there next to the mansion.
Oh shit. Uh, all right.
It's all in like these big barrels though. Like I can't lift that shit.
Yeah, hold on. Hey, Ethan, go run back to the ship. Grab a few more guys. So he's like, all right, and like one of the guys goes down, and like the 5 burly guys start heading towards the warehouse. And so like there's like a group going up and down, and then 4 going to the mansion, essentially following you. I guess Finn, what are you,
Um,
where are you going? What direction are you?
Finn is going to kind of follow behind to like make sure that, the biggest, burliest guys are going up to the warehouse.
Okay, so you're kind of following them. So at this point, we'll flip to Zasaria knocked on. So uh, the other 2 are behind you, Zasaria, kind of waiting for you to make the call. Um, and
And
then
I've been made invisible.
yeah, you're all currently invisible. They haven't picked up on the fact that you guys are around. Um, so what do you guys do? Is this kind of
Is this group now heading up towards the mansion?
yeah? So at this point, 10 people have left and are now out of eyesight of the group of you at the beach or at the
Okay,
docks.
and we assume that there are still some still on the boat.
Based on what Barnaby was saying, you know there's probably at least another 20 on the boat, of if not more than that. And this boat seems bigger than the boat you guys were currently on. So, um,
So I think the group I'm with, I'm going to you kind of try to like move closer, towards kind of approaching the boat.
okay. Give me a stealth check with advantage.
Stealth with advantage. 27.
Oh yeah, just
I have a plus 12, so
creeping,
it's a hard one for me to fuck up.
hard creeping. And then knocked on as you're kind of underwater.
If they were to turn around, they would just see like a blue dome, just like and just like kind of just like sitting there, just like watching to see how many people leave the ship.
Okay, so you catch the same thing. You watch as like 10 people kind of go up, and then I guess if so, Zasaria knocked on. Are you doing anything at this moment? Or are you just kind of
N-
holding?
no,
So I think I would kind of be like kind of also keeping eyes on Knocked On. So if I see like him kind of make a move
Okay.
towards entering the ship, but since he can't see us, I don't know if we want to go in without him.
That's fair.
That
Okay.
would be.
Fuck it, go in.
We don't want to go in and have him not know that we went in.
Okay. So you guys are
We
kind of
can
holding.
see him, but
Finn, you
The memory of Finn's voice is saying, "Get on the ship."
so I will flip back to Finn. Finn, you're now currently uh so the group split. You got 5 people going up towards the warehouse. You got 4 more people going up towards the mansion. Um, you are following the people going to the warehouse on that kind of like.
Yeah, as I see 4 people split off to go to the mansion, I'm gonna be like, you guys know that there's like black powder here. We need your help, right?
You said that the big guys. We gotta go get the. What about your friend? What about the other 2? We gotta go
Oh,
get them, right?
they're just resting. I saw you guys coming up, so I came down to get you.
You sure? Is there? And they look at you. They're like, "You sure there's not anything good in there?" I mean, it's gotta be full of like all sorts of jewels and shit, right?
So I think it was already robbed at one point. There's some art in there.
Oh fuck yeah! And like they
If
just
anybody likes art.
they're like, "I'm sure we could get money for that."
Yeah, cool. Like, but do you want to like help us do this first? Cause like,
Nah, you guys will be fine. Plus, Ethan went to go get people. You guys have a whole bunch. So they kind of stopped paying attention the second you said there's like valuables up there, and they just start like double pacing up towards the mansion. Uh,
okay.
So you and the other 5 now are moving towards the other 5 are like fully inboard with you, and they're like moving towards the thing, the warehouse. I would say, and then at this point they probably get to like the warehouse doors, and then we'll flip back to the other side where you guys are currently on the beach, and you see an individual running down, being like, "Captain, Captain, hey, there's apparently black powder in the storeroom up here." Uh, the captain's like, yeah, we're gonna go grab it." He kind of like thinks for a minute, and then is like, hmm, uh, and then it's like, all right, I'm gonna make one roll. He hems and haws about it for a little while, and is like, do we? All right, and then just kind of like sends like, oh, don't take too many. He sends like 3 more up that way. Um, just get as much as you can in one load, and then we're getting out of here. I don't want to stay here longer than we have to. This place is fucking creeping me out already. Uh, so you guys watch as like 3 more plus the 4th that had come down go up. So based on this, you assume there's 14 people have left.
You said there's 5 people on the dock, right?
Yeah, so there's 5 people still on the dock. 4 more get off the boat and head up into the island. So now we'll make a.
Be about 12-ish
I
people that we
can't
would
hear you,
expect to be
Finn.
on the ship.
So 10 people at the warehouse, 5 people
Plus
towards the
5.
mansion,
Yep.
5 people on the dock.
Yep.
5 people on the dock.
And then
the rest are on
another
the boat.
10 on the boat. Okay. So, I'm going to order 11. I will have ordered 11 to swim closer to the dock, like at the bottom, previously. So at this
I
point,
don't know. Do I know? I don't think I've seen 11, or I know what 11 is.
Yeah, he's been hanging out.
Yeah, you
with
saw it
you
on the boat.
Yeah.
I built him before. He's like
Oh,
a
okay.
giant spider creature.
Okay.
He's creepy as
So
fuck.
if you're watching, you would see two of 11's legs sort of like creep up the side of the dock, and I'm assuming that there is at least one person near the edge of the dock.
Yep.
And if anyone is perhaps like just sitting on the dock with their feet in the water,
Does he
11
nibble their toe?
11 is going to pull them into the water and then just pull them down.
Okay, give me a stealth check for 11. Let's see, because these guys are keeping an eye out. We'll see how.
So I don't
It might just be your. If he doesn't have one, just make yours. That's fine.
Let's see. Let's see. Stealth. He does not have one. So let's go with me. Well, it wouldn't be heavy armor, but
It would be okay. It's alright. It's not that it won't work. It's just if.
So he's gonna come up from like under the dock. So like he's gonna be on the bottom, go up under the dock so they can't see him, and then just sort of like grab the legs and attempt to pull somebody into the water.
Okay. So give me a strength check, and.
God.
The rolls are just like. Nah,
Not
fuck
very
you.
good.
No.
This would be contested. So he grabs and pulls, and he gets this guy off the boat, off the deck, but now he just like it like slips out of 11's hands essentially once he hits the water. So like it, and all of a sudden all of the people on the dock are like, "The fuck was that?" And they're like all like at arms, and the captain's like, "What? Hey, what the hell?" And you can see him like moving around, gets to the boat, looks, "Get him out of the water!" And knockdown, I'm gonna have you make a stealth check. to see if you are noticed. Um,
I'm still gonna be just sort of sitting right up near the boat, with just my eyes out of the water, basically.
okay, I'll say that was with advantage, so they'll have to beat a 22. We'll see. What are we looking at? All right, look out. Yeah, so they still don't notice you, but um, they do notice 10, and the guy who's was pulled in but now is splashing around and like climbing back up to the thing. They're all looking at 10 and they're like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And they're like throwing rocks and stuff into the water because they don't know what the fuck this thing is. But they're just splashing in the water, so like there's
Yeah.
no damage, but like they are all on guard. Um, I say at this point, Cesaria, what is your group doing?
So
There's
I
definitely a
think,
ruckus.
yeah, I think we're definitely like you kind of moving closer, but like you kind of keeping a low profile, but we're like on alert. We are as soon as we see like knocked on like uh emerge.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of the opposite of the word submerge. Um it's been a day.
That's fine.
You know, as soon as he's out, we're going. Like as soon as we know that we're like that he's like
It's
on
go
board with
time.
us.
I like it. Okay, so at this
It's
point,
go time, he says as he shovels food in his mouth.
uh,
I also say that before every meal, so
so Finn, as you can see like the guys are in there, and of course, the second they get into the warehouse, they're like looking around for more than just the gunpowder. And they're like breaking open the other boxes and stuff, and they're like, "You check this place out? Is there anything else good in here besides rotten food?" And they're like looking around, like, "Why are all these like, man, whoever was in here before really fucked this place up." Uh, and about at that time, like the other five show up, and they're like, "All
Yeah,
right,
no, we've only been here for about half a day. I saw the gunpowder and we went to go take a rest.
no, it's good find, man. It's good find." And the other five show up, and they're like, the Ethan, the one who ran down, was like, "Hey, Captain said just one load. We're getting the fuck out of here. So let's load up and get out." Um, so they're all in there. They all start like picking up barrels and stuff. And I think this is a good point because I think the next step is going to break us into initiative. And it's almost 8 o'clock. We're going to take a quick break. Empty our bladders, and we will be right back to see what chaos ensues as the crew tries to take these people down.
Sweet.
see you
Slam
soon,
the
squad.
button. And we're back. Thanks for hanging out and waiting. We are diving right in so Finn, we'll pick right back up where we left off. You had a crew that is now currently in the warehouse. Some of them are scooting around, breaking whatever's left, looking for stuff, and currently picking up gunpowder. And then
How many barrels of gunpowder are there around these 10 dudes?
there's like 5, maybe.
That's plenty.
Like it's not a lot. It was basically everything that was left on the other
An
ship.
adequate amount.
It's enough. Like it's enough to probably take a good chunk of this warehouse out for sure.
Is
but
it enough to party with?
Okay.
Always. But it's not like, oh, all I need to do is look at this and it's gonna just wipe the floor with these people. But like, um, if I mean, like the captain was planning on like lighting a fuse and blowing it up, so it would have been like kind of a chain reaction explosion and would have done some damage. I think he was hoping that it would take the building down on top of them. But anyway, so you're in there with them currently. They're like picking up stuff and whatnot. So what do you do?
Um, I think I'm just gonna wait until they are all in kind of a similar place with all of the barrels so that I can get them all with one hit. That
Okay.
is like my goal is to try and get them all with one hit.
Okay. So like eventually the one of them's like, ah, there's nothing good in here, and like kicks over the last box, and Ethan's like, come on guys, we gotta get going, like chop chop, and so like they kind of go two on either side, and they like pick up the barrels, and they look at you, and they're like, are you gonna help?
Well, there's 5 barrels. There's 10 of you. I'm not a strong guy. Look at this shit. This why I asked you guys to help. Like,
One of them just sighs and is like, all right, whatever. Can you at least go get the door?
yeah, I got the door. So Finn's gonna run up to the door, run out of the door, close it just enough, and cast Fireball.
Okay. So give me what level spell are you casting fireball at?
Let's go with
The maximum available.
Yeah, fuck it, 6th level Fireball.
Okay. Add another 5d6
Because it's full of gunpowder.
to that. Uh,
Plus 18.
okay. So
So, so 58.
58.
Well, I mean, I guess they dexterity save, but they're holding the barrels.
Yeah, we're just gonna do a few rolls to see kind of where they land on this as I pull up my stats.
And close the door like, huh, huh.
I mean, the biggest kicker is gonna be that. Actually, I can just do this. So roll 10. Smith.
I mean, I feel
No,
like
that's
Finn's
not
gonna
what I
take a
wanted.
little damage from an explosion that large.
Well, that'll be the next roll, but roll 10. 20. Okay, so uh, they all have about a +5 to save. So what is your spellcasting modifier?
Spellcasting modifier +5.
+5. Okay, so it's an 18. Or sorry, what's your spell save DC? Not your spellcasting modifier.
Oh, 17.
17. Okay, so fails, 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 fails. Okay, 17 fails.
2 of them save.
They have a +5, so you
Oh,
have to, so 1, 2, 3, 4.
4 of them save.
So 4 of them save. So essentially, what happens is, and then, uh, Finn, given the gunpowder, I would like you to also make a dexterity save, with
Well,
advantage.
I did, you know.
The whole building's exploding. I don't care what
That's
kind
fine.
of door
Okay,
you put
fine.
in front of it. You have advantage. I'll give you that. You underestimate the power of this explosion.
Hold on. Hold on. uh, +6.
Okay. You underestimate the power of this explosion, and you feel this like godly presence just kind of like scoot you. Like you watch as like the door you just shut blows off, and you like went to dodge it, but like your shoulder was definitely gonna take a lot of that impact, and it just like shifted over, and you just watch this like the like explosion of flame like goes right by you, and you're like,
The
huh.
door just like slams open right where you were 1 second.
Is it can I reflavor that for Finn a little bit? Just because
Absolutely.
like his divine thing is just more like ethereal than actual gods. So like it would be sick if like part of him just like shimmered out of existence for a second and like it
Even
went through.
better. Yeah. And you're just like, shit.
Like that was warmer than I expected.
Uh, and at that moment, this is right about
Am I gonna
this.
take half of that?
No, you are fine. You were gonna take half if you failed,
Oh,
but you
okay.
succeeded, so you avoided all of it. I wasn't gonna make you take the whole thing, regardless of. But so you watch, you kind of see now based on the board, the blown up, the open, wide open door. There's now only 4 people standing in there, and they are very badly singed. We're gonna roll initiative at this point, and I'm
Nice.
gonna put some people on the map, and I'm gonna make sure the stream. All right, cool.
What the?
Oh. I should probably roll initiative, shouldn't I?
Can I do a bonus action like with what just happened, or was that like my whole?
No, I'll give you a bonus action. If you...
All right, sick. I'm just gonna pick one of them and I'll just blast the shit out of them.
Okay.
Nice, nice.
Jesus, that is the worst initiative roll I've had ever.
So I'm assuming a 13 doesn't hit, so I hit him with the other two.
Yeah, they have a 15 AC, so they take another
6.
6 damage. All right. These guys are huge. Am I in the right setting? No. Like, these guys are huge. Because I'm putting them in the wrong. One, 2, 4 that are left here.
Yeah, so I would hit this one with 6 more.
Which one?
The one farthest to the left.
Alright.
So they all took what, 29 damage, and then that one takes an extra 6.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Plus. Blue, red. Take you. Recommend. And mm, cool. All right. So, that is everyone that is on the thing. So Cesare, you are up first, as I will slowly put some people, and I will build out a
Oh,
better dock for
Well,
you.
shit, it has been a hot moment since I have been first at initiative.
Okay.
Um,
So go on. Oh, I'm doing this on.
oh, is this red? Is this a boat?
It's gonna be the dock, but
Oh, it's gonna be the dock.
I'm gonna do a
Okay.
better job with it.
Well, Nocton is still underwater.
Nocton is still underwater and has not been noticed at this moment.
I mean, I imagine we all saw the explosion.
Yeah, that's what's triggering all of this. So that's kind of happened as like there's still a dude in the water. I'm actually gonna put the dock here.
Splashing around.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When the explosion happens, does anybody else that was in the ship come out of the ship?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, this is causing all sorts of chaos. Uh.
If we were to like float away with the ship, once everybody's off the ship, would Finn be able to teleport back to us, or would he be trapped there?
Depends on how far. I don't know. It's a great question for Finn. That's not the piece I want.
Well, shit.
I mean, the ship does have cannons, so.
Yeah, right? Come on.
So I don't want to cast a spell because I don't want to lose my visibility yet. I think so. I'm gonna hold a longbow attack in case I see anybody that went up coming back towards the ship. So if they're coming back towards us, we don't want more. We want them to either stay away or go die. So
All right. I know.
out. And Bug doesn't do anything yet.
Okay. Ship 1. Ship 2. I'm gonna have you move your character slightly. Um. And then I think that's good enough for our map. That definitely looks like 2 ships next to a dock, right? Doesn't look like anything else.
It definitely doesn't look like they could be yellow penises, but
Okay, good.
or yellow balls and a brown penis. Oh, okay.
Hey,
Yep.
hey.
It's the loading area.
Twitch, guys, Twitch. Thank you. Not that we weren't thinking it. Mm, why are you bothered? What do? Okay, 5 dudes on dock. What is that kind of dude? What is that kind of dude? Boat. There. Alright. So we'll deal with. So right now there's 5 guys on the dock. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry. What did you say you were doing with your turn? I should have.
So
prepped.
I'm gonna hold an action with my longbow attack.
Okay.
So that if like somebody, if you know the people that went up top, if they are like, shit, there's an explosion, run back to the ship, just like that, then as they approach, gonna try to pick them off.
Cool. Okay.
So, and since I am not doing anything yet, Bug also is not going to do anything yet.
Cool. All right. Bug that. Dudes. Other dudes. All right. So most of these guys are just going to come running out from the ship, like up onto deck. Um, so we had 10, 15, so I need another 15 down by the boat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Look at that!
Don't forget the captain and Barnaby, who are currently invisible.
Alright. Wonder if I have Barnaby in my... Okay. Okay, captain. Barnaby. I don't have Barnaby.
What's your email?
Oh, that's okay. I'm not gonna...
I was gonna say I have it. I just sent it to AJ.
Yeah, no, if it was easy enough for me to go digging for it, but that would
That's
take
fair.
a lot. All right, Barnaby. May or may not look like a cat.
That we had the default Angus in there.
It's funny what I do and don't have in this because I've been using the same like Roll20 for all of the games. So like,
That's really funny.
all right, so
That's a good one.
I'm
It's
gonna.
a very flattering picture of him.
All right, one of these guys is in the water currently. So the dude that is currently acting is going to race over and pull other dude out of the water. Um, and I'm going to say he does so successfully, but that's his whole turn. So he's back on the deck. Finn, it is your turn.
All right, Finn's gonna look at these dudes and be like, yeah, sorry. This was a trap.
I appreciate his honesty.
And that should hit all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh. Choices. I guess these 3.
You can only hit 3. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So 2 more fail and are dead. The last dude is hurting. So he took what, 28 on the first,
To 29 on the first one,
and then
plus 14.
And then plus another 6. These 2 guys are dead. This dude's it. Cool.
And then Finn is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Oh, wait, no. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I only have that much speed. He's going to swing around the building and... Well, at first he's going to bonus action Eldritch Blast the guy that didn't die in the fireball.
Okay. The one dude that was left standing. Okay.
Yep. So 2 of those hit. One of them crit fails.
It's another. Ooh, shit. Another 19 damage.
Another 19 force damage.
He's dead. So yeah, you just yeet him off.
And then there's one guy left. And Barnaby's going to wait like around the corner over here. You muted yourself.
All right. So we have. Um, Okay, so the casters on the deck are going to step up, and they're going to look around and realize that there's shit going on up there, and they're going to actually start taking off running. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. And then you're going to watch as 2 more emerge from below deck. Um, Alright, that is going to be their turn. They're just running. Actually, they're going to both, watch as they bonus action, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, will Misty Step another 30 feet towards that direction. And up next we have Gunners. Gunners are going to, a couple of them are going to take off running, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 50, 60. Some of them are just going to post up on the dock, and then watch as another 2 pop up from below deck. Knockdown, is your turn.
So, as I am not out in the middle of the ocean. Sorry, I was.
That's fine. Yeah, no, I know.
Maybe to the boat. I know this is not. So, this boat is not to scale. I'm assuming.
It is not even close. So
Okay. So, are there enemies that have like sort of run to the railing of the boat?
yeah, there's a few that seem to be like, I'll say like, this dude and like this dude are currently like up against the railing, kind of like trying to like just looking around, trying to see if there's any, because obviously something's going awry. So they're just like doing their damnedest to figure out what the fuck is going on.
Okay, so the first thing that's gonna happen is 11's gonna come like crawling up the side of the ship and attempt to not quite grapple, but basically stab one, and get him to fall over the edge. That's the plan, but it could
Okay.
also just be stab.
All right. Let's see. Stabbing.
Not that. Why didn't that actually attack? Well, I'm just gonna do that, and then it's +6, so 14.
Cool. Let me look at my stats for those dudes.
Oh no, yeah,
That's one of the bosuns. What'd you say that was +6?
yeah,
Okay. No, that hits.
yeah.
They don't. Sailors don't
Um,
wear a lot of
so
heavy
basically,
armor.
like the sailor might hear like a sort of skittering as 11 just like climbs up, and then there's gonna be a blade just like showing up in part of his, so it'd be 9 slashing.
Nice. Yeah, he's like, what the fuck? And yeah, he's currently stabbed. Um, nice. Fuck. All right. uh, and you're attempting to what with him?
Well, the idea is sort of like stab, and then 11's gonna just like fall backwards while the blade is still in him
To see
to
if you
attempt to
can.
like pull him over. Essentially,
Okay.
I can do a contested athletics if that would be what you want.
Yeah, I'll give him. Let's see if he goes swimming or not.
18.
Do. Yoink. Yep. Just goes right in. So he's now in the water. It's not super deep here, but yeah, he's splashing
Yeah,
around.
that's fine.
Um,
And then Knockdown will uh do the same thing he did last session, except for this time he's just gonna swim down and then swim up and sort of shoot upwards. I think I did a athletics check for that one last time.
Are you trying to like get up on the boat?
No, I'm just basically gonna just like almost dolphin like just like shoot out of the water.
Okay.
Nice.
So you can determine how high I get, but essentially I'm gonna shoot out of the water and then I'm gonna fire twice at one of the people that I see.
Okay. It's you get up and it's like it's not super deep, so it's hard to get a lot of like propulsion out of this, but you get up enough to see the deck. You're kind of shooting in between the railings, but so they would be have half cover. Uh, but yeah, take your shots. Let's see.
Okay. So 16 and 18.
Uh, let's see what we got. 16 and 18. They have +2.
And that's at disadvantage.
Fuck, that's crazy. Yeah. So they both of those do hit. So yeah. So
So that is 23 and 15.
Jesus. All right. Sweet. Uh, yeah. You splash back down, and then we're
And as I splash back down, I'm gonna swim basically like under the ship or around the back of the ship and attempt to stay out of sight from where I
okay. Perfect.
attempt at least. So I guess I'll roll a stealth, but I am going to be underwater, so there's that.
You don't have to roll stealth. It's you are under the ship. They're not going to be able to shoot at you or see you unless they also end up somewhere near you. So
Okay,
just like currently from where they all are, you've disappeared.
great.
Um, Zesaria, you're up.
All right, so I am just gonna scoot up a little bit because being that I'm a cat, I'm that's precariously close to the edge of the water as knocked on splashes me a little bit. Rude. And these two guys up here, left one first is gonna get that longbow.
That hits.
Do, 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 do. So
Both of
both
those
hit,
hit.
then I assume 7 and 8 piercing damage respectively.
Are these each of them or is it one gets
This
both?
one, yeah, 1 and 1.
1 and 1, perfect.
So I just I hit the attack twice in a row instead of what I want. Um, and then I'm good on my movement. I'm happy with that. Bonus action. We are going to. We'll say the guy that's closer to us is
Mhm.
going to get the flame seed. I assume that does not hit.
That does not hit.
I still tell Bug that he is a very good boy. But my friends, the mice, are going to bite that guy on his behalf, and he's going to take 6 nibble damage.
Okay. Perfect. All right. I like it. Bum bum.
If I don't put Bug after myself in the turnover order, I forget to use him. So
No, that's fine.
that is a me reminder, not a you reminder.
Oh, no, I trust me, I feel that. All right. Up next, we got the dudes, the big dudes who are my bosun. All right. So, uh, two of them are going to. This is going to be tricky because you guys are not where they want you to be. Um,
Well, that's a them problem.
yeah, so they're just going to pull out their guns. And these are like huge, like blunderbuss looking things. Um, they're going to run over to the side and see their buddy down in the water who is currently without his weapon. Um, and they're just going to be like, fuck! And they're just going to both take a shot at 11. So let's. Oh, I need to actually. The first one's gonna get a natural 20. So that's 1, 2, 3. So that's pretty shit rolls, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 7. So 14. So 7 on that. So 19 damage from the first shot. Second one is going to. That's a 17 to hit. Am I doing that right? Yeah. Oh no,
Were
sorry.
you?
That's a 12 to hit. I'm shooting at. Sorry. I'm shooting at 11.
Ah.
First one is a natural 20. So that's 19 damage. Second one is a 17 to hit. I don't know if that hits.
Jacob.
Sorry. Oh, so
That's okay.
I definitely thought you were 17 will hit because I do not have on my heavy armor.
This is shooting at 11, not at you, because they can't see you. They just see this.
Still will hit. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. So he takes, takes 19 damage, and then another 35 damage is that one. Really, it almost blows the guy who's shooting it back. That's a lot. But yeah, so a total of whatever 19 plus 35 is. The dude in the water is going to turn around and see you, Zasaria, just appear out of
No.
nowhere,
Just a quick question. So you're shooting a cannon into the water,
shooting a big fucking rifle into the water.
and there's a guy right next to me, essentially like attached to me, and he's not taking damage.
So there's this dude who's in the water who's pulled in. There's two people on. He's not doing anything in the moment. He actually ran this way up to go fuck with Zasaria, and these two guys are shooting.
Oh,
at
okay, okay. I
You,
didn't see that he'd move. Okay.
no, that's okay.
So wouldn't I have gotten an opportunity attack with that?
Yes, you will.
Okay. Well, I'll have to do it first because that gun is gonna blow 11 to pieces.
That's fair. That's fine.
Okay, let me do that quick. That should work this time. Well, no, guess I missed. Never mind.
So, as the guns go off, you just watch this more pieces of 11 go scattering. Sad.
Yep. And
He needs more hit points, man.
I mean, it's just a construct.
Yeah, but like it's a tank. No, anyway.
I mean, its AC is 16, not 17, so it was close.
That's fair. All right. So sorry, this dude in the water is just he's gonna pull out like a dagger and just kind of go diving for you. It's 15 to hit.
Misses.
All right. So he just like slices out towards you and then just kind of like gets in like the shit stance. And then Finn, you are up.
All right, Finn is going to. Can I run into the trees for like cover?
Yeah. I mean,
Alright.
the forest, especially considering this place has been abandoned for like a year, it's pretty overrun. So,
All right, I'm going to. Well, Finn is going to run into the trees, and as soon as he like passes like into the cover, he is going to cast greater invisibility on himself.
okay.
So it's going to be like he's running past a tree, and then he just does not continue running, like as far as they can see.
That's fair.
But yeah, I'm in there now, and as a bonus action, I am not going to do anything. Or am I? I think I would like to convert some sorcery points into a spell, so I will do that as my bonus action, and I will figure it out before
Okay.
my next turn.
Cool. that, now these. All right, so this dude's gonna start making his way out. 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh no. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. The guys over here are going to go turn around and see you, Zasaria, and they're going to start shooting at you.
Of course they are.
Yep. It's going to be 2 magic missiles.
No, I don't love that.
If I can click the button right.
It's fine. I haven't taken any actual hit points in a little bit, so.
Well, time to change that. That's the button I want. It doesn't actually roll it?
What?
Come on.
I don't remember exact. Click the damage button. There you go.
Yeah, but it's
3 times.
3 times. That's so silly. It should just do it. Okay, so that's the first dude, and then the second dude.
So that's 10. And then 11.
Because they don't want to hurt their friend nearby. You dodged the fireball.
Wait, who are they shooting at?
They're shooting at Cesaria.
Me.
Oh,
Rude.
And then, so they're going to do that, but then they're going to keep running towards the explosion. So 5, 10, 15, 20.
Towards the explosion.
30.
Okay.
Yeah, they see you as a threat, but then they're like, our guys got it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Because they're like, well, shit. Alright, now this guy's going to go. He's going to keep Dalton. 5, 10, 15, 20, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60. I know, space is getting kind of vague. In terms of like this gap between the ships and the mansions, but
no, I dig it.
um,
It's a good amount.
the guys on the ship are going to these 2 guys are actually going to take off in the same direction. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This guy's going to dismount and start looking around for Nocton and not find him. This guy's going to do the same. Nocton, you're up.
Okay. So approximately how large is the ship? Like if I get onto the ship, are there going to be like 10 guys in this vicinity of each other? Or 6, 8 guys?
So for the purpose of combat, they are all near each other. The ship is bigger. I will say, like, for example, the ship is longer, it goes further out into the water, but everyone is moved up towards the front to either dismount or to try and, because they assume there's no threat coming from the ocean. So it could be considered as, here, I'll try and fix the drawing a little bit. Select mode. Can I fix it?
Okay. So I was wrong. 11 has 3 hit points left. So
Hey, look at that.
11's gonna basically go just deep out of
Okay.
sight.
All right, cool.
Nocton is going to attempt to climb up the back of the ship, for like where people are not,
Okay.
and that is not helpful. No, go away. I'm trying to measure something. So it is I forget how big this is. 15-foot cube. That's not super helpful.
I mean, there's a 15-foot cube. I'd say you could definitely get at least 3 people in some fashion.
Yeah.
You want
But then
more.
I'm just standing there and I'm
That's fair.
nearby and I don't want to be nearby. So I'm going to I'll do it. I'm gonna like kind of climb up the back of the boat, run forward so that I'll be right in range, and then I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave.
Nice.
Come on, cast Thunder Wave. You can do it. There we go.
What kind of save is it?
It is a DC
Con
17
save.
con save.
Alright, and you are doing it to this guy.
Okay, yeah.
Those three. Cool.
Yep.
Alright.
It would be 4, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, it would be this guy too.
Cool. So yeah, Mr. Mage Man has a con of 2. Do it first. Fails. Mr. Alright, the two bosun shooters also have a con of 2. Also fails. The first one fails. Second one also I think fails.
Nice. Okay, so they're all gonna take 18 thunder damage and be thrown 10 feet. So I'm gonna. Oh wait, one of them.
The one closest, oddly enough, the
Spectacular.
one closest know
God
you.
dang it! I didn't want him to succeed.
But
Okay.
yeah,
But the other 3 take 18 thunder damage. He just doesn't get pushed, I think. I can't remember if he still
he
takes it.
takes I think half and doesn't get pushed.
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm assuming the 2 on the railing would be pushed overboard. That's sort of what I'm
Yes, I will give
aiming
you
for.
that. That they both go thunk and they go overboard into the water. So does this one. Lands essentially like right next to 10. But
Yeah.
their
11 would be
guns go
far away.
right into the water. Not very ideal for shooting things. This one goes 5, 10 up against the railing, and then you just have one up on you.
Okay, cool. And that is it for me.
Cool. All right. Cesaria, you're up.
Alrighty. So now that I've got some dudes all up in my space, gonna be pretty pissed about it. So this guy that is closest to me is going to get a primal savagery as my claws just kind of like almost like glow,
Nice.
and I just like full on like cat brawl. I don't know why this is being incredibly. That's a 17 to hit.
I say it feels like it's slow.
Oh. Well, we're gonna go with that first one because
Yeah.
obviously that's the real one.
I'll give that
That
to
does
you.
16 acid damage.
Ooh.
And for good measure, he's gonna take 1 more nibble damage
Nice.
from my friends. And Bug is gonna go for, we'll say this guy here with the flame seed. That's a 13.
That does not hit, unfortunately.
He's still a good boy. If I move right now, do I take an opportunity attack?
You would.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I wasn't sure if I couldn't remember if diagonals if I still would. So
Yeah, that's fair. All right, you bug. All right, dude on your 10 is gonna get into it with your claw fighting, and he's gonna dive back towards you with his dagger.
do you not love that?
That's a 23 to hit.
That does hit. Do not love it though.
9 hull damage. That's a good one.
Yeah, this is not ideal, but
Um, and then the other 2 in the water are going to probably whip around and I assume, what are they going to do? Not liking being in the water, they're going to just spend their whole turn climbing back up onto the boat. Soaking wet, like shake off, and just kind of get themselves, and maybe move to the kind of better spot. The dude on this boat, on the dock, is going to realize that there's a lot going on here. He's going to start taking off running up. 5, 10, where was that? Hold on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. I believe that's everyone in that. Finn, you're up.
Um, Finn, now invisible, is going to peek out towards the ships.
Yep.
Can I see the ships clearly enough to dimension door to a specific spot on the ship?
Yeah, I'd say so. Like, it's like a quarter mile, and it's relatively clear day. And dimension
Cool.
door is what, 1,000 feet, right?
Dimension door is 500 feet, which this map has it at about 130, but
That's fair. I'll give it to you. You can make it.
okay.
500 feet's plenty.
I was gonna say I could distant spell it, but
No.
okay. So Finn is going to dimension door up to the mast,
Okay.
or not the mast, the crow's nest.
Okay. So you're like dead center in the middle. Yeah.
Yep, like dead center, like however many feet up, and like just he lands gracefully, and like he's like just okay, one more, and then he starts preparing his next move.
Okay. Let's do this. Let's see if this works real quick. Hey, look at that.
Wow.
Try and make it a little bit easier for you guys.
I mean, the yellow ovals are totally fine.
You know, I know, but
I mean, I labeled them.
you did label them, and I apologize that they are not.
Beach for
See,
sand. That looks like a boat.
this is kind of what you guys are seeing.
Okay.
So it's like the front half of the ships to give you kind of a clearer perspective.
All right, sick. So
If you guys want to move your characters accordingly, or I can actually maybe shrink this. Here, let me shrink it to try and be closer to the same size. Yeah, look at that. It's almost like it's on purpose.
There we go.
Cool.
all right. Well, I am up on the top of the mast. Either way.
Perfect. Cool. All right. So do. All right, we got our spellcasters. These guys are gonna keep running. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 45, 60. I'm just gonna move them together. It's gonna go 5, 10, 15, yeah. These guys are also gonna move. Just gonna move these guys as a group. Make it easy. All right. So the spellcasters on the boat are going to turn around and see Nocton, and they are going to let loose their magic missiles at you.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna cast shield on that.
All right. Well, that works out very well in your favor because you watch as a barrage of 6 magic missiles come tearing towards you, and it's just like, this is exactly what this spell was intended for. I don't think I've ever actually had someone block magic missiles with shields in like my entire time playing, so this is
It
so
like
satisfying.
specifies
I
that
know.
it is for magic missiles specifically.
I don't think anyone's ever had the 2 spells at the same like,
That's so
Yeah,
funny.
I don't know if we've come across that scenario.
right? It's very satisfying.
I'm surprised John never used it on Lintu, to be honest.
Yeah, seriously.
Because that really would have been where it would have most likely come up.
We've talked about this before, but there is a build that does, it's like specifically a magic missile wizard build that does like, 300 damage in a turn, but it can be blocked by the shield spell.
That's wicked funny. Alright, so the captain has been 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 45, 50, 60. He's been sneaking back to the other boat because he's trying to see if he can get that. Like, you, you guys may, if you're like paying attention, you're seeing like rope on looping, like without, like just by itself essentially. No one on the deck has noticed, on the dock has noticed at all, but that's what he's trying to do is get that one ready. Um, Barnaby is going to fly up and see if he can make some assistance as well. Um, and he's going to also, he's going to appear and cast Thunderwave himself.
Sorry, who's casting Thunderwave?
This is Barnaby.
Oh, okay.
Thunderwave. Okay. 30 damage, and he's gonna end up getting. I always hate fighting myself. If I can help it, but he wouldn't just stay there not doing anything. Alright, con saves. So he just gets. He's trying to get those 2 guys off the deck. That fails. That one succeeds. So one gets blasted off the deck, lands in between the boat and the other one. So they take another like 6 damage. So they are at. This one only hangs on for dear life. And it is guys with guns turns. Alright, so those guys are all chilling. I'm just gonna kind of start, because these guys are running back to here. There's just 2 guys on the deck that are going to see the commotion, and one of them's going to spin around 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40, kind of jump down, or 20, 30. The other one's going to climb back up on the deck and is going to take a shot at you, Nocton. So,
Okay.
That is a 20. Is that another natural 20? Jesus. Natural 20 to hit. So you take 20 plus
That
another
hits.
20 plus another 11, 15, so 35 damage.
Jesus. Yeah, I'm gonna use my psionic, my protective field, and take some off of that.
Okay.
So I'll take 13 off of that. So.
And then
So is that total 18? Is that what I'm?
yeah, 35 minus, yeah. Yep. And the other one's gonna whip around and take a shot at you. Zasaria, you're still off the boat, right? Yeah.
Correct.
I
Yeah,
would
it
say
would be like kind of like under the edge.
I'd say you have half covers. So add. Actually, you probably got 3/4 cover. So add 5 to your AC.
Okay.
So 21.
21 does not hit.
Okay. He couldn't get a good angle on you. The next one will be clear shot, but at this point he was like he's hanging off the edge of the deck and like you could see just a bunch of bullets go into the side of the ship. And he's like, yeah. Oops, Barnaby already went. I had him with him. Knockdown, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna swing at this guy with my Kopesh. Where'd it go? And I'm gonna use Booming Blade as well. So 24 and 27 hit.
Yes, both of those definitely hit.
Okay, so that's 9 and 9. And also, where's my Booming Blade? And also 19 thunder damage. So 18, so 20. Can't do math.
Plus another 19 damage.
Yeah, so it's
That's
18 and then 19. So
Nice.
38.
Dead.
Uh,
So you just blast that guy down.
Nice.
That thunder damage really fucking sealed the deal.
Sweet. And then I'm going to have 11 crawl up the side of the ship over here and then go down below decks towards the cannons.
Okay. All right. You hear screams from below deck, like, what the fuck is that? Cesario, you're up.
All right, so I'm pretty much surrounded. This is definitely the opposite of what one would call ideal.
Yeah. So you got one guy shooting at you from around the corner, and then you got another guy in your face, like trying to stab you.
Yes. So we're gonna go with a good old-fashioned thunder wave.
Nice.
So the 15-foot cube. So
That's a
a
14.
good amount of these guys.
So are you on the deck or are you off the deck?
I'm like right at the edge.
Okay.
Like,
All right. Perfect. Um. So yeah. So who you? All right. So 15-foot cube.
so yeah. Who does the cat represent? Is that supposed to be Barnaby?
That's Barnaby flying. He's flying above you, so you don't have to
Oh,
worry.
okay. So at least these two guys, I would say.
Come on. I'd say you could get all four if you wanted.
Sure. I won't argue about that.
All right. Cool. So. Those dudes have 12.
14 and 12 miss.
Uh.
Pass.
So yeah. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, they all have +2. Even easier. All right.
So 2 pass, 2 fail.
All right. So and you're blowing them away from you. So 5, 10, 15, 10. They
And the
both.
ones that passed did not don't get pushed.
I love how these guys just keep getting blown back and forth towards each other. These guys take half. Cool. All right. Bugs up.
Well, because the ones that took damage,
Oh,
you
right.
are forgetting, I guess, whichever one is closest to me, I guess would probably get the nibble damage.
Okay.
So 5. And Bug and I are going to do a little bit of a fiery teleportation. So we go 15 feet, so about there. And each creature okay, yeah, there's nobody within 5 feet of the space that the spirit left. So
Okay,
that is all.
nice. And he can pull you with him. That's cool.
Yes, yeah, he takes a willing creature.
Ooh, shit. All right. So you've moved safely.
I have,
You're now off the
and
boat.
that is all.
Sweet.
Or, well, further away from the boat.
Yeah. All right. On the boat we have guys shooting things. All right. This dude's gonna see you kind of land on land, and he's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. And he's gonna line up his shot, and he's gonna take a shot at you. Yank. That's a 14 to hit.
That's it. That's at me.
Yeah.
That does not hit.
Oh shit. I should put notifications on which ones of these guys do not have working rifles. Use that. Because they had been in the water at one point. They are going to grab rapiers that are kind of like stowed on the deck, and they're going to go charging towards. Actually, wait a minute. Where did Knockdown go? Did I delete him?
No, I'm still there.
Oh, I had my thing over. That's me. Okay. They're going to go 5, 10, 15. 5, 10. And then this one's going to just try and like climb up the railing and start swinging at Barnaby, but it's not going to probably have very much success. Oh shit, I forgot I built 2 swings into that roll. No, okay. Alright, so that's a 26 to hit, knocked on.
Yeah, that'll hit.
So that's 10 damage. And then a natural 1. The dude's hand's still soaking wet, and the rapier just goes like clunking across the ground and then falls through like the porthole, or not the porthole, whatever. The hole in the
Do you
deck,
not
and it's
still
just
have the
gone.
shield up?
Isn't
Knocked on?
shield only for 1 turn?
Oh, okay. I thought that was the same turn. My bad.
I think we've gone around.
It's only when you're hit by an attack, so it lasts for 1 attack.
Oh, like 1 turn, not 1 round.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So like it blocked the magic missile and then it dissipates. Basically.
All right, cool. So that guy's now without a sword, and this guy's swinging at Barnaby. That's not the one I want.
Spell says until the start of your next turn.
Shield?
So it's just up. Nice.
Yeah, you use it as a reaction. You have it until the start of your next turn.
Did I?
It might not have been the most recent turn. I'm sorry. I thought you had it up.
Well, no, because I haven't gone since then.
If you haven't gone since then I think, Aaron, you are right that it is.
Oh no,
like,
yeah, you're right.
Once you cast it, it's
So
there.
then +5 would be.
I know I've rolled so many things. That would have been the
I
first
see it.
roll.
Yeah, it
that's
was the first roll. So
26.
it still would hit.
Okay.
The 21 wouldn't hit, but the 24 and the 26 would.
Cool. All right. So.
So I'll just keep the 10 damage. It's fine.
Yeah, and then the 24 does hit Barnaby. He takes a whopping 7 damage. And Finn, you were up.
Finn is pissed that these guys moved. Damn it. I was setting up such a good thing. 15, 20. All right, Finn is going to do something he did the other day. He is about to poison step.
You freaking love that
Um,
now, don't you?
Yes, I do. And I don't want to hit knocked on, so I'm not going to hit this guy. But basically, he's going to dive off of the top of this into the center right here. and basically, like, it's like he creates just like this smoky pool of poison that just spreads out in a 10-foot radius.
Okay.
And then he just like dives right into it and teleports 90 feet.
That's hilarious. All right.
So this is all, let me see, this is going to be a 5th level poison step.
Woo, shit. All right. DC
And
17. 3, 3. 4, 5 guys.
and with that, he is going to teleport back up to the crow's nest. Which nobody would see this graceful swan dive, but
Oh, because you're still invisible.
Yep.
Oh my god. They just see a pool of smoke and poisonous smoke appear, and just they're all like, "Huh!" Okay. Let me get you some con saves. Con saves.
con saves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 con saves.
All right. So we got. I'll do the zeros first. And then the 2s next. Okay.
Wow, only one of them fails. So 3 of them take 9 and oh yeah, 3 of them take 9 and 2 of them take 18 poison.
Okay. So plus 18. Then, plus 18. Cool. All right. The mages, probably being very confused by what just happened, are actually going to like look at each other and be like, "All right, fuck this shit." And they're both gonna cast fly on themselves. I lost my thing. So they're gonna just cast fly and then take up and then shoot up 60 feet and kind of over the edge, so they have a better idea of like what's going on the boat. So yeah, so they're like 60 feet up. All right. He's slowly sneaking. 5, 10, 15, 20. Untying shit. Barnaby is going to see those guys flying. Wow, look at that. That's great. And be like, fuck it. That's my gig. And he's just going to turn around to the guy in front of him and be like, alright. And cast Thunderwave on him. Because that's my jam today. So it's a con save. 2. 19. He does save, so he doesn't get pushed. It takes a whopping 2 damage.
Oof.
Womp. Alright, guys with guns. This one's gonna keep circling. 5, 10. And sees Asaria and take a shot. It's a 13 to hit. Man, if I could just
Nope.
get one of those to land. The one guy who's now climbed up on deck is going to look at you, Nocton, and take a shot at you. It's a 17 to hit.
That hits.
I think your shield is still up because your
Oh,
turn.
because it's still
Yeah,
all
you got
these
one more
guys.
till
Yeah.
because there's a lot of
Yep.
people.
So then it doesn't hit.
All right. Okay, Nocton, your turn. Yeah, this is a long fight, and this is only half of them.
Okay, so the two guys that are in front of me, can I do I have a sense of what
How they're
state they're
looking?
in?
Yes. So they are both, you could say, halfway there.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna swing. Hold on, I want to read the text of Booming Blade real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna swing at the one on my right.
Okay.
My Kopesh and also Booming Blade. So Kopesh. So 21 and 26.
Yeah, those hit.
11 and 10 and 13 thunder damage.
So plus 20. Jesus. 34. Woo! Yeah, that's enough for that dude. Just yeet. He just gets blown off the deck. Just hear like a clutch in the water.
I've been practicing. um and is there any crew below deck?
So you definitely hear people moving below deck and crew below deck. They're currently like yelling and screaming.
Okay. I'm gonna use my bonus action to repair. So that's gonna be God. Well, it's 7.
I mean, that's
Okay.
It's not too
It's
bad.
better than nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
That's it for me.
All right, I like it. Cesaria, you're up.
Oh, yeah. So,
The guys
oh,
that were
good.
near you are no longer
Got,
near you. So
but now it looks like there's another guy near me,
this guy is up on the railing. You're down below. So I know we don't.
above me.
There's that. So like, yeah, he's like 10 feet above you.
I got you. I got you. Well, he's gonna get a scorching ray, or one of a scorching ray,
Okay.
because there's 3. So I assume the 9 misses.
Yep.
Does the 14 hit?
Which one are you shooting at with that?
I'm doing them all 3 on the guy that's
Oh, okay. Yes.
lingering above me.
The 14 does hit. The 11
I assume
misses.
okay. So he's gonna take 10 fire damage plus 3 nibble damage.
Nice, nice.
And because he's above me, if I scoot away, I don't take
You're
opportunity,
fine.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to take this moment to. Oh well, no, because yeah, I'm gonna just kind of tighten up my position under, or what is, are there 2 things right here? Like, is there something like one above another? Oh no, it's just a symbol. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stay where I am for now. But Bug is gonna also be like, yes, let's shoot things at him. And he's gonna do a 17 fire seed for 10 damage. And he's gonna be very, very proud of himself.
Joe, you're muted.
Thank you. It's good when I mute and you guys can't hear me, and not when I just mute and you can hear me in the stream. Yeah. Anyway. All right. So guys, these guys. All right. So we got one left on the boat. He threw his rapier down the hole and now pulls out a dagger out of his like boot. I'm just gonna take a swing at you, knocked on. It's a 23 to hit. And
Yes, it does.
That's 8 damage.
Q.
One fighting Barnaby is gonna try take a swing at him. 21, that does hit. Takes 7 more damage. The one down here who still has his gun is gonna take a shot at you, Zasaria. That is a 26 to hit.
That does hit,
You take
unfortunately.
19 damage.
Oof.
As this like huge explosion of a gun goes off.
I do not love that.
And Finn, it is your turn.
All right, let me see. Finn is gonna go ahead
Oh
and
shit, that's so fun.
what?
I deleted one of. I thought I was so good in terms of keeping them in the turn order, and of course I deleted one of them. It's fine. I'll pick it up in the next time around.
No, it's totally fine. Totally fine.
Finn, seeing these guys flying 60 feet up, is going to Eldritch blast their asses. 3 on each.
Okay.
So the one on top, and they have to make a con save for every hit, right?
Yes, they do. So, because
Okay.
they are concentrating on flying.
All right. So the one on top gets 3.
All right. So first 2 hit. So
So
do the
13
there.
damage and 2 con saves.
Doesn't even matter. It just drops out of the sky. So he takes 60 plus 60. Let's say 60 feet. So 66. Takes 21 damage as he hits the ground. And
Plus 13 force damage.
yeah, I did the 13 force damage, but yeah. You watch as the body hits the ground and then doesn't move. He's dead.
All right, and then the other guy. 1, 2, 3.
All right, 2 of those hit. It's another
2 con saves and 14 force damage.
plus 2. Oh, I did that roll wrong. That was an 18. Okay. And then 2. 12.
Both are above 10, so that guy keeps his concentration, right?
Yeah, because it's above 10 or at least half the damage, and it's only 5 damage. So yeah, it's just the 10.
Yep.
So yeah, he doesn't
Well,
fall out of the sky.
He takes 14 force damage.
Yes. Okay, I got
Yep.
that. All right, cool.
All right, cool.
It is his turn. So him not necessarily seeing where these are coming from, but realizing there's something over there, is just gonna launch a fireball in that direction.
At his own ship?
He doesn't give a fuck. Dude, they are losing this fight.
Which one's launching the fireball?
This guy.
So fireball requires a semantic aspect, right? Or like a
Somatic.
somatic, yeah. Like movement of wavy hand waving, right?
It is. Yeah, verbal, somatic, and material. So yeah, it's a whole like whatever kamehameha.
Oh no, it's not a reaction. Never mind.
Okay.
I have reaction. Bitch.
Oh, I forgot that I was with Finn. Yeah, I shouldn't have worried about it.
And so you see, and you know, and you watch as like he like makes the
I know what it
movement.
looks like when somebody's
Yeah.
about to cast fireball.
And like you just watch as the little like red bead goes like, and like
Yeah, Finn would just like, so when Finn casts counterspell, the spell just gets absorbed into the ether.
even better. So it
So
goes off.
yeah. It looks like there's a fireball heading towards us, and then it just.
Perfect.
I'll feel bad whoever's on the other end of the ether.
Some dude in the ethereal plane. Ah! All right. Captain's doing his thing. Barnaby's actually going to. He's gonna
I
keep.
hope this caster's getting pissed, by the way.
He is now. This is like bread and butter. Barnaby's gonna just keep fucking with this guy. Trying to think if he's got anything good that's not gonna like ruin the entire ship. But I think he's just gonna cast another Thunder Wave. Maybe he'll do it at like 3rd level. So saves. That's 14, 7 damage.
And just a heads up, y'all, we are approaching 9:30.
No, I was so determined to make this combat start early so that it didn't take an hour and a half, and here we are. Or like, even if it took this long, I guess
Do
I
we
will.
ever do anything fast?
So,
First of all.
I mean, you're not wrong. I'm
We'll have this
also.
wrapped up in half an hour.
I guess I will leave it to you guys. Do you want to keep going, or do we want to like pause it
I
and
can
pick
do
up?
like maybe another half hour, but
I think we can.
If you have a half an hour, we can finish this. They're
Yeah,
not
we can have this
looking
wrapped
that
up.
great. You
okay.
guys are handily taking advantage of this fight. So as long as I shouldn't say anything. Theoretically, it should keep going in this direction, but we will see. Uh, all right.
Yeah. So of course now that you've said that.
Yeah, the fight's gonna take 6 hours now. At 10 o'clock, we'll just end it, regardless. Okay, where were we? All right, guys with guns. Guy with gun near you, Zasaria, is gonna take a shot at you. That's a natural 20. God damn, I am on fire with these tonight. It's a 17 plus another 12 damage, so 29 damage.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts. That hurts. That takes a few of my 9 lives.
uh, and then the one next to you, knocked on, is gonna do the same thing. That is 27 to hit.
27 will hit.
Okay, that's 21 damage. No crit for you, I guess.
I'll use the psionic die. Take off 7, so math again. 14. Okay.
I haven't rolled a one with any of these guns yet, right? I don't think so. Only been rolling crits. All right. Yeah, knocked on. Your turn.
Yeah, so I am going to now attack this guy who is standing in front of me one more time.
Nice.
Well, this seems to be pretty effective, so I'm going to keep going this way. 11, 11, 22, and 11. So 33 damage.
Yep. And with that, another one bites the dust.
So just to add a little flavor to how this works, basically I'm this glowing sword. All it does is glow, but it just looks impressive. And the fact that it's magic gives me a boost. So I just like 2 big slashes, and then as the second one goes across, there's like almost like a sonic boom as like if an aircraft were to go by. So it's like and the guy just like goes flying backwards and smashes it against the
That's wicked funny.
the,
Just into the railing maybe cracks and the body just like
yeah,
tips over it. Yeah.
he's done. And then I will have it repair itself again.
Nice. All right, Cesaria.
All right, so so this guy here to the left of whatever you call that pointy part of the ship.
Okay.
Or actually, nope. I take that back. I am going to do the prudent thing. I'm going to cast a second level Cure Wounds on myself because I'm doing not good.
Lame.
Oh, I only got 9 out of it.
The best way to
Okay.
heal is to kill the opponent. No.
Well,
Just
well.
kidding. I hear ya.
Healing is a trap.
But this guy will get the bonus action of the Flame Seed. So, 15.
15 might hit. Let me check. It's right around there. A, C, bite.
If he does, it's 5 damage.
Okay. My gunners. No, that is a 16. Does not hit.
Meh. Angus, what are you doing?
All right. The guys on the dock are going to, because I had forgotten about them this entire time. They're going to start boarding the other ship and start like searching it for other people, because they don't trust this whole trap thing. And then these two guys on this ship are going to start climbing the mast because they saw their spellcaster shoot something towards it. And they're just going to spend their whole action essentially getting up to the top of the mast and like looking around. And yeah, then this guy is gonna.
Do they find me?
So the mast is like 60 feet up, so essentially they need to use their action to dash to get to the top, so they don't actually have an action to look for you, but that's what they're
Okay.
going to do their next turn. We'll see if they actually find you. We'll do that contested check if they're still there next turn.
Okay.
This dude's gonna take his shot at you, Zasaria. It's a 27 to hit.
Yes.
That's 20 damage. This guy's gonna take another swing at Barnaby.
Please don't kill me.
I make no guarantees.
How are you looking? Sorry.
I have about 1 of the 9 lives left.
You have
If we
one
wanted
hit
to like
point
put it in like a larger ratio, I'd say like 19 out of 108. I know it's a weird fraction to use. But
Okay.
it's just what comes to mind at the moment.
Unfortunately, she's been taking the 2 toughest people on this whole ship. 1v2. But anyway. Alright. Barnaby has not yet taken out this dude. But, Finn, you're up.
All right. So do I see these guys coming up?
They're like hands on the top of the mast at this point. So they're not like, they're looking to stand on the top of the mast, like where the sail comes. They're not getting in the crow's nest yet. So they're like,
But I do see them.
you do see them. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
They're like maybe 5 feet from you. 10 feet from you.
Oh, hello there.
The fuck? Is this a thunder step or a poison step?
This is a thunder step, so the
Okay.
really loud like boom is just gonna come from right in front of them.
Okay. They don't have great cons, as you can see.
Get fucked. 26 thunder damage. Boom.
Yeah, that hurts.
All right, and Finn is going to go up 90 feet directly above this dude.
Okay.
And he is going to, as a bonus action, cast 3 Eldritch Blasts down at him
So you,
as he falls towards him.
I was just say, you realize you are falling, right? Okay. All right. As long
Hell
as you,
yeah.
okay.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. All of those hit.
All of those hit. So that is 10 force damage and 3 con saves.
Let's see if the con save even matters. So, fun fact, con save doesn't matter. Uh, because you just straight up kill him. So what's ironic is that you probably kill him midair and then the both of you fall. Uh, however,
Nice. And I would like to use my Feather of Featherfall as a reaction.
oh you fuck. I was like just
Um,
about to type in my 96 damage. I forgot
nah.
Featherfall was a fucking reaction.
Yes. And I have to roll a d4 to see how many of those I have. So I have 2 Featherfalls today.
That's so funny. All right. So these guys are totally trash, at least any in the available area. See, fight's already turned in your favor. Uh, he's totally all set.
Speak for yourselves.
Hey man, if I don't almost kill one of you, uh, Barnaby is going to try one last time to hopefully thunderstep this dude off this boat.
Is there a guy on top of me right now? Did I miss something?
He is 60 feet above you on top of the sail. I'll move him
Oh, got it.
to
Okay.
make it a little bit clearer.
Did they fall after taking that damage, or?
Actually, they both failed that save, right?
Yeah, so they both take 26 thunder damage.
I'm gonna give them a chance to save. Let's see, strength save. What are they for strength? Man, I really liked the number 2 for this one. What's your spellcasting modifier? Or your
17.
spell save DC. Thank you. Nope, both of them fail. So they both go falling 60 feet. I'm just gonna do 1 damage for both of them. 23. God damn it. They both just hit the deck and just lie there unconsciously. Barnaby is gonna thunderwave this dude. 2. And he's gonna try and save. Of course, now he fails. Uh, so ironically, Cesaria, a body lands 5 feet in front of you, just like thump. And you look up, and Barnaby's just like, sorry.
Yeah, a little warning would not have been unappreciated.
But he is actually dead, so I don't accidentally. All right. Guy with gun in front of you, Cesaria, is going to he's finishing reloading, pulls up, and takes another shot at you. It's a
Oh,
25
no.
to hit
Yes.
for 34 damage.
This time around, I will use my psionic shield on Zasaria.
Oh, thank God.
Is there a
See.
range on how far that can go?
Oh dang it! You might be too far. Hold on. There is a range. It is 30 feet. I lied.
Oh, no. Okay, then I'm down.
I was gonna say, cause you barely you're hearing the gunfire. It'd be
Oh,
tough
wait
to
a
even
minute.
see her from where you're standing.
Oh well, where's the guy?
He's here.
Oh, he's all the way over there. Okay, yeah, no.
Sorry.
You're just out of range of 30 feet. God dang it. 40 feet. Ugh.
Okay, so Barnaby does see you go down, and he's like, shit. Knockdown, it is your turn.
Great. I will.
Oh shit, there's a guy next to you, Knockdown as well that I totally forgot about.
So
22 to hit.
22 to hit for me.
Yes, yeah, that was the. I forgot this guy was still here.
Oh, sure, I'll take it.
Okay, 24 damage.
Uh,
I'll take it. Never mind.
so 16 damage. Okay.
All right, now it is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to. Oh boy. He's up in the crow's nest.
Who? No.
Or
He's right on the deck. He's right in line with you. He's like 15 feet away. He's like just
Oh,
over
he
the railing.
is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
You did hear a fucking sonic boom coming from the crow's nest, and two dudes just dropped next
Yeah,
to you.
yeah.
Yeah. I know. You'd have been standing there and just watch like boom, boom. You've actually just been seeing bodies falling out of the sky.
Let's see. So 5th level, 11th level. Okay, I'm gonna. What's the range on Firebolt?
It's a lot. You can definitely hit.
Yeah, it's a good one.
You're sorry, you're down, right?
I'm down. I'm
Okay.
unconscious.
So we got a couple rounds for me to get there. So I'm gonna I'm actually gonna do what I've been doing and run here and just go ham with my sword again because that seems to be effective.
Yep. Fuck, man. That hits like a truck.
I know, right? 19 and 11, so 22. I can't do math.
30.
19, 30, yeah.
Damn.
Engineer can't do math. It's
Yeah,
okay.
I feel that. I can't do math in my head.
30 damage from him, and there's gonna be I'm gonna have 11 start pulling the anchor up if you will allow that.
Yeah, I'll give it to him. That's fair.
Got it. That is it for now. I actually have moved. I just want to make sure. Yeah, okay. Yep. Not that that matters because she's down already, but
That's fair. So sorry, I need a death saving throw.
17.
Success. And so now does bug dissipate when you die, or is he
I
like his own?
I wouldn't be able to command him to do anything, even if he didn't.
Sometimes they'll like take a defensive stance for you.
It could take any action. Oh, if you're incapacitated, the spirit could take any action of its choice, not just dodge. So yeah, he can still act on his own.
Yeah. Sometimes creatures can, like companions and stuff. Like I know, like
So
Ranger, Beastmaster.
yeah, which one is the guy that hit me?
It's. I mean, both of them have been shooting at you.
Oh, okay.
I'd say this is the guy who actually took you down.
So he's gonna get a flame seed then. That's a 16
Nice. That hits.
for 9 damage.
Look at doing damage even when she's unconscious.
My mother suggested that I just push them off the island. Like that's
Like Survivor.
Yeah. You put their flame out and that's it, right?
just vote them off. Just vote them off the island, Ma. That's how it works.
Alright. And these guys are gonna come back up from, or they're just, you know what, they're just still searching because they think the other two have it handled. This guy, seeing that you're down, isn't gonna worry about it, and he's gonna look up at Barnaby and take a shot at him. He's gonna move a little bit closer. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Because you won't get too close to that fiery thing. I think I'm just gonna say for the simplicity of this, it does hit.
I can tell you armor class 18.
So it doesn't hit. Cool. Just misses. Barnaby's like, fuck you. Finn, you're up.
All right. Finn it has fallen 30 feet. He's going to. Can Finn see this ship over here?
You're like, so you're 90 feet up, 60. Yeah, so you still are like 30 feet above deck, essentially.
Okay, sick.
If I'm doing that math right.
Let me draw a circle here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. This is going to be a poison ball.
Okay. So I will say you cannot see the captain because he is also invisible. So we'll do. Give me a just roll a straight d20. We'll say above
Okay.
a 10, you miss him. Below a 10, you hit him. All right.
Oof. I didn't know.
No, that's fine. He's running around on deck trying to get it all ready. So like,
All right. Let me click the poison ball. Because I'm trying not to damage the ship. So.
no, I like it. Some deck saves.
Oof. Yay. Yay.
5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 there, and then the captain is a very destrix. Oof.
All right. So 2 of them save. And take 17. Everyone else takes 34. And I'm gonna go ahead and use up a quickened Eldritch Blast on the top 3.
Nice. Those all hit.
18, 19, 21. So 3, 9, and 10. As I splash into the water.
Is he still alive? He is not. And you'll hear from across the deck, watch where you fucking shoot those things. Uh, as yeah, so he's gonna actually on his turn he's gonna get the fuck out of dodge. And just like run below deck. um. All right. Going to cast a healing word at level 4. Zasara, you gain 16 hit points.
Oh, thank Jesus.
And then I'm going to say this guy is going to swing around 5, 10, 15, thinking you're still unconscious for this round and take a shot up at Barnaby. I'd miss. Knocked on. Oh, and the one next to you knocked on is going to take a step back, so you get an attack of opportunity.
And 29,
That hits.
11 damage.
Ouch. But it
I don't know
allows
why
him
it
to
doesn't say.
line up his shot. A 24 to hit.
On me.
Yeah.
Okay, I will use shield again,
Okay.
and then it will not hit.
Perfect. Cesaria, you are conscious for the moment.
All right. Then big guy right here to the right of us is going to. I'm gonna hit him. I want to make sure I hit him. So we're gonna use my bonus action for a little hunter's mark.
Nice.
And then he's close enough that if I use long bow, it's at disadvantage, right?
Nope. Nope.
Oh,
You just need to be
okay.
at least 10 feet. Or at least, he just can't be
That's a
right next to you.
17
So, yeah, that hits.
for ends up being 8 damage
Nice.
with the hunter's mark.
That's not an 8. That's a 9. That's an 8.
Plus 2 nibble damage. And the guy over on the right is gonna, or to the left, his pal is gonna get the flame seed. So that's 14.
That misses, unfortunately.
Okay. Bug's trying real hard,
He is
y'all.
trying hard.
He's a good boy.
These guys realizing there's no threat on this boat are going to spend 5, 10, 15, 20.
No, we don't. They should continue investigating the other boat. They should investigate it real hard.
They can essentially get up to the side of this boat, climbing up like the ladder in that area. But that's their whole turn. Other guy is now going to see you're back up. This is Saria, and he's gonna
No,
turn
he should
around.
not.
And he's actually going to, in his super smart self, he's gonna think it's the spirit that did something, and he's gonna take a shot at your wildfire spirit. That's a 12 to hit.
He has a 13 armor class, so that's a no.
Not pretty good. Not very good at shooting fire. Finn, you're up.
Alright, can I climb up the side of the boat?
Yeah, it's easy enough to climb.
Okay.
It's 10 feet of movement. That's all.
Okay, so I'm gonna get up the boat, kind of assess the situation, and I'm going to... What am I gonna do? Shit, I don't know. Yeah, let's do some attacks on this ranged guy over here. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Do any of those hit?
On which one? This dude?
On the gunner on the bottom, yeah.
The first one hits. The second two miss.
Okay, so he takes 9 force damage,
All right.
and he's gonna take 3 more.
Okay.
So he takes 9 more force damage.
Plus 9. Ooh, buddy.
And seeing as he probably saw where those beams came from, Finn's gonna move like out of the way.
Alright, he's gonna keep doing that. Barnaby's gonna swoop down, try and give Saria a hand. I know he's got other spells, but I don't know what any of them are, so he's gonna send another Thunder Wave.
I can send you the doc if you want.
You know, next time for sure.
Alright.
I wasn't really like planning on using him, but based on how you guys did it, like, alright. That's 18 damage, and this guy has a D. So he saves, so he takes 9. This dude and this dude. So this dude hanging on by a thread is going to take a shot at Knockdown. 26 to hit.
26 does hit.
Alright, that's 16 damage. The one here is going to think the same thing and try and take a shot at your wildfire spirit. See if he can put that thing out. That's a 25 to hit.
That does hit.
That's 25 damage.
He's done.
Okay.
It's
Alright.
exactly 25 hit points.
Really? Knockdown, you're up.
Oh boy. These 3 guys are coming for me, I'm assuming.
I mean, you're the only thing anyone can see on the deck. So, yes.
What about this dude? Oh, I guess I'm the only one thing.
You're the only baddie on the deck. However, I will note that the guy with the gun is looking real bad. Real bad. Like, really bad. Like
I'll
a
leave
stiff
him.
breeze would blow him over. It's up to you. I'm just throwing it out there.
I'm gonna thunderwave these guys.
Nice, smart choice. All right, so their saves.
Ah, come
So fail, fail, save. So I will do the additional d6 of damage for the two that fail as they get blown over. Oh, that was 66. I just want the first one too. Okay. So 12 damage as he. Oh my god. 27.
so
Plus
close.
12. And the guy on the other side will take. Actually, you see two of them get blown over. As one hits the ground, he doesn't move. And then the other guy takes 5 damage and is still standing there.
It'd be 6 damage.
6 damage, thank you. Alright, cool. Do you have anything as bonus action or movement?
I think that 11's gonna come running out and then attack this guy from the bottom.
Nice.
Go for a force empowered rend. 23.
That hits. He's dead.
5 force damage. Yes.
Alright, cool. Cesaria, you're up.
Okay, so guy. Oh no, it's like what am I doing? Guy that has the hunter's mark is going to get longbow. It's 20.
That hits.
Bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, ba, 8 plus. What is hunter's mark plus d6?
Plus d6, yeah.
What? I did that
you
wrong.
You did plus d6. That's yeah. I've
Yep.
done that.
So it's 5.
Plus 13 damage. Nice.
And I forgot the last time that I have the double attack. So I assume the 10 misses though.
Yes. All right.
Cool.
So
And 4 nibble damage.
nice. So at this point, you see is like, you start hearing splashing noises, from the back of the boat, and you're like really confused by this, and knocked on you watch as like this guy just like looks at you and like looks overboard at like his dead buddy, and he's just like fuck this shit. So he jumps overboard and starts like running. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. And you hear from behind the ship like abandoned ship, as you've realized you haven't seen the captain this entire fight.
Nice.
And yeah, so you start watching as because it is now 10 and I want to wrap this up, and you guys have my biggest thing was if Cesaria was going to make it or not. She will survive. So you watch as these guys start scattering up into the island, and you see people off the back of the boat start swimming like away, essentially trying to like. And unfortunately, that's enough. Like you see them go, and then like you start hearing splashing off the back, and you guys like whip around and like run to get to the back, and you probably take out a few, but you watch as they go under and they don't come back up.
Oh.
And you're like, you assume there is some sort of maybe magical means or something for them to not have to breathe air, but they are able to essentially like disappear under the water, but you guys are able to secure the two boats, and get them out to sea, so your mission is considered a success.
Can I lightning ball these guys over here as we're leaving?
Oh yeah, absolutely. yeah, it doesn't kill them, but like it just yeah, you guys definitely take plenty of pot shots. Probably fire some
Eldritch blasts.
cannonballs and Eldritch blasts, and
Oh,
you
for sure.
maybe take out one or two more as you guys kind of like sail off into the sunset. But
Oh shit! If we're shooting cannonballs, I want to fuck up that mansion.
oh yeah, if you guys want to like, I would say so. The Captain Adrian and Barnaby take the front ship and or the smaller ship of the two, and kind of are like, all right, we can handle this one. You got the three of you take the other ship, and since now the three of you are essentially there, as you start like loading cannonballs and taking them aim, you hear from the other ship, Captain Adrian's like, hey, you gotta save those. The whatever, and you essentially like level it as you guys leave. Um, and yeah, and it is 10 o'clock on the dot, so we're gonna call it because I'm sleepy and I gotta go to work tomorrow. But thank you for everyone who stuck around.
Good night, fam.
We will see
Yeah,
you
Finn levels up.
next Wednesday, and thanks for watching.